Hello there, you spectacular specimens of humankind, you happy-go-lucky scamps of individuals. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing fantastically glorious, and you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I had a supreme weekend. I had a glorious weekend, as many of you may well have known, all the science nerds may well have known. Today, or over the weekend, we had such massive solar storms that here in the United Kingdom, we managed to see fucking...
Yeah, you subscribed.
Jesus Christ.
Most kind.
Panicked me for a second there. Zooty Booty coming back for the prime. What are we going to call our baby? What are we going to call our baby? 9 whole months? Where's the time gone? Exactly, where has the time gone, Zooty Booty? What are we going to call our baby? What is it? That is the question. That is the question. Something booty. All right. Something booty. Yes, we had the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, hit the United Kingdom, which was miraculous, and I'll tell you all about it momentarily. But first, Zooty Booty. Your name is now inscribed on the Mirror of Fame, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Good God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know, you cheeky devil. Astaroth, Vazago, Booty. Calandra. Calandra coming in for the 19 months. Good Lord. And thank you very much for using a paid subscription, which helps us one step closer to that 70-30 split. Calandra, you beautiful being. I shall inscribe your name on the mirror. Grandson.
Most kind.
Oh my lordy, everything's happening now. Hold on.
28 months of the myth, the man, the legend, Valen Vane. Also, our third baby's name is Valentina Morgenston.
Oh yeah, from the last time. Oh my God, right, okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to do both of those. Let me first of all say thank you very much, you beautiful beings, for both of you taking us 2 steps closer to the wonderful world of 70-30 split. Your names have been inscribed on the Mirror of Fame, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Good God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know. Granddad, yes, I didn't get your last baby name, did I? I didn't get your last baby name for the 27 months. Hold on, let me get the old cutest in the galaxy book out. Where are we? Oh. Ah, here we are. Right. Let's have a look here. So, we have got Astaroth Vazago Booty. Astaroth Vazago Booty. And then we have got Valentina Morgenstern. All right. Beautiful! Both of those babies have been inscribed within the cutest in the galaxy. For that is where all of the Vane babies belong, for they are the cutest in the galaxy. It's true. It is absolutely true. How are we doing though, friends? How's it going? Thank you very much for all those subscriptions. Kicking us off nice and cheeky like that. What do you like? What do you like? How you doing, non-binary? Hello, you beautiful being. Zooty Booty coming in here. Astraceus. Oh my God, I keep... Astraceus. Is that right? Was that right? Astraceus. Being a Transformer fan, I prefer the sound of G1 first. Just G1 just saying, that is entirely fair. Dabber Gogsworth, how you doing? Hello, you beautiful being. Just got an advert in French. That's bold. That is bold. Do you speak French, Dabber Cogsworth? Has the advertisement understood the algorithms of your brain and given you a language that you fully understand? What's going on? What's happening? Lady Daydream, how you doing? Manda, hello. Eris Ptolemy, how you doing? How's it going? Shade Secrets, you glorious bean. Hello, you beautiful bean. You missed the Aurora Borealis.
Most kind.
Oh my lordy! Little England chick coming in for the 3 months on the Prime as well. I thought we were going to get away with that one, friends. I genuinely thought we were going to get away with that one. I thought we were going to get away with that one, but Little England chick came in, sneaking in here with the Prime. Hold on, let me actually be able to move my fucking chair around. Little England chick, your name has been described upon the mirror of fame, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Good God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? Thank you very much for choosing to use your Prime here, both you and Suti Booty. I appreciate you. You literally could have used it anywhere in the world, but you chose to just use it here, and I appreciate that. And I very, very much appreciate that, you beautiful being. You had a fun time photographing the Aurora again, so pretty. It was the first time. It was the first time that I went. I was very thankful to have been visiting McSteffels, because where McSteffels lives, there's like, it's somewhere relatively close to the coast. So McSteffels and I dragged McSteffels' son out of bed at like 1:45. We were just like, kiddo, get up, get your onesie on. We're off to the coast. We're off to the coast so that we can go and see it. And we went down and we stood in this big place, and we were looking up at the sky, and we got some really, really nice photos. Some really sentimental photos of me and McSteffels smooching under the Aurora Borealis. It was great. It was wonderful. It makes me very happy. Yes. But yeah, apparently there was like massive solar storms. Apparently, they from what I understand, because McSteffels is a massive space nerd, which I love to pieces. The sun has hyperactive times and low active times, and from what I understand is the sun is about to go into a high activity phase of its life. It happens approximately once every 8 years, if I remember correctly, and it's about to go into that, which means more solar storms and stuff like that, which was really, really cool. But I was very thankful to have been somewhere where there was minimal light pollution, so that we could see it. It was really hard to see with the naked eye from where we were, but as soon as you got like the cameras out and stuff like that, it accentuated it all. It was very, very pretty. Very pretty. Very happy to have experienced that in my own country of all things. You know what I mean? It was pretty awesome. Pretty fucking awesome, you know? I apparently had them, but I couldn't see shit with my phone. Oh no, boo. Boo. That's a real shame. That is a real shame. Because yeah, like it would have done. It's a fucking massive solar storm. Apparently it was just off to the side of the earth, which meant that it cascaded along everywhere, you know. Where was I? Yes, how you doing, Stupedia? Hello, Babbly, you glorious beans. How you doing? Yeah, I see you, City of Bones. City of Bones? Is that a thing? Is that a reference? Oh, yep, Grand Zenart gets the reference, so there is definitely some kind of reference going on here. Can't speak French, but people will say that I look healthy because I appear to have lost weight. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. If there was a reference there, I completely missed it. But I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that if that's what you are wanting to do, I'm glad to hear that, you know? Came in a good time. Oh, Onion Pencil, yes. Being an absolute space nerd. I don't know much about space, but I find it fascinating. Find it absolutely fascinating, you know? And today we're going to go the complete opposite of space, and we're going to look at history, the ghosts. We're going to look at ghosts. We're going to be that is the whole thing today. That is the reason why I'm dressed like Vincent Price, dressed to impress, looking all fancy dancy, and we're going to be looking at the origins of ghosts, which is interesting because I would, in my mind, ghosts are like the OG. Ghosts are like the original monster. There was no monster before ghosts. There was actual creatures that used to hunt human beings, but like in regards to like mythical monsters, it must have been ghosts. Theoretically speaking, it must have been ghosts. So I think we're gonna have to. Oh, that's a good idea. What I might have to do is I might have to create a timeline. Create a timeline of monsters, or where the origins of each monster came in. That would be quite interesting. That would be genuinely quite interesting. I'm going to write it on my things to do. Things to do. Create timeline of Mythical Mondays. I feel like that would be quite a fun one to do. So then we know what the oldest versus the newest monsters are. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Friends, thank you so much for getting us a fucking level 1 hype train, you beautiful beings. I managed to distract you long enough I'm very glad about this. Now you got to wait like 2 hours. Zabadian, how you doing? Space fact. Space is unbelievably, vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big. Space is big. Really big. Like, so, hold on. Let me get the quote. Space is big. Like, really big. You just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you may think it's a long way down the road to the chemist, but that's just peanuts to space. It was actually what you were putting there, wasn't it? Zabadian, you cheeky devil. Thank you very much for indulging me there. I appreciate that. This big. This big. Just this big. It is this big. That's how big space is. Swallow it a lot. I mean, what? When you see the flares, but it appears everyone else did. Oh, no. Boo. Boo, Antis. Boo, Antis and boo. How you doing, Wonder Gribble? Hello, Michaela Bot. How you doing, you beautiful beings? It was very cute, Lady Daydream. Nauseatingly cute.
Most kind.
Well, look who it is, you beautiful bean. Friends. The glorious I Will Bernard, a.k.a. a fantastic photographer from the local area who's coming to do some photography for us in a couple of weeks' time. Beautiful bean. We love them very, very dearly. How's it going? How you doing, you beautiful individual? I shall now describe your name on the mirror vein. Thank you very much for choosing to use your Prime here. You could have used it anywhere, and you chose to use it here, you cheeky devil. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a button Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You know? You cheeky devil, you. Just make sure I don't, balance the mirror properly, otherwise it'll smash and I'll be fucking horribly mortified. You know? Horribly mortified. How you doing, Zabadi? And hello, you beautiful bean. Also, topic of the weekend. My weekend was very good. Went to my mum's wedding. Oh, fantastic. And rode in the back of a military truck with my mum and her bridesmaids and brother with a group of bikers riding on Harleys behind us to the church. That sounds amazing. That sounds so good. Me and my brother were playing the role of father, giving the bride away since her dad did it the first time when my mum got married to my dad. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I love that, Grand Zenag. And I'm really hopeful that you all had a wonderful, wonderful day and that your mother and her partner had a phenomenal, phenomenal time. And they will be very, very happy together, you know? You know? Hello, Onion Pencil. How's it going? My Audrey 3. Venus flytrap. It started blooming this afternoon. I have had a Venus flytrap in the past and failed miserably to keep it alive. I feel like there is enough flies, enough random fruit flies and stupid fucking flies around that I should be able to keep some kind of carnivorous plant alive. However, every single time I've had one, they've died. And I don't want to be one of those people that has to go out and buy insects in order to feed the actual plant. Do you know what I mean? Got at the very end of the first wave, my pics are awful. Looks absolutely beautiful through the camera, though. Oh, I'm glad you managed to see that. I'm glad you managed to see it through the camera, Zooty Booty, you know? Valentine Morgenstern is the main villain in Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instrument series. Oh, right, okay. Never heard of it. I am not a reader. I would love to be a reader. I love the idea of reading. And when I was younger, I was a reader. I would happily sit in a conservatory space or a porch space or in an alleyway at one stage. I used to sit in the alleyway of my parents' old house and put an umbrella at one end so I could listen to the rain cascading across the umbrella while I sat and read stuff. That was pretty cool. But these days I just don't. I don't have the fucking time. I don't have the patience. Every single time I sit down to actually read something, I'm like, I could be doing something else. I could be doing one of the many things that I need to do. You know? Space Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. That was the thing I was looking for. Was the baddie actually quoted it, and I was like, oh, shit. Turns out that I was completely mistaken there, you know? I know the ancient Greeks had Cyclops. Thank you very much, Dapper Cogsworth. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We haven't actually looked into the Cyclops, and it's not on the list as of yet. What I'm going to do at the end of this stream, by the way, friends, is I'm going to give you the vote. I'm going to put 5 of the next ones out, and I'm going to give you the vote as to what our next Mythical Mondays monster is going to be, which means you got to stick around till we've done it all in order to cast your vote. Because the next one, like obviously we're doing tonight where we're doing Ghosts, and then the next one will be 17th of June. 17th of June, which is all very exciting, you know. Space is big, really big. You just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you might think it's a long way down the road to the chemist, but that's just peanuts to space. Exactly, right? Psycho Siren, how you doing? Hello, you beautiful being. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Hello, painted lady. How you doing? Oh, my lordy. Orion's Belt is a waste of space. Bad pun, I know. 3 stars at best. Oh my god, it's a baddie. Oh my god. I'm really good. Cannot wait to make you beautiful people look incredible. I've just been going through a whole load of different clothing. McSteffels was like throwing a whole load of stuff out. Just having a clear out of a wardrobe and going through loads of stuff. And I was like... I mean, if you're not going to wear them... So I've just pilfered a whole load of stuff. I've just taken a whole lot of stuff from my girlfriend's wardrobe. Yeah. And some of it I may well be wearing for Ken. Because she had some really fucking nice shit in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know. Valen used distilled water for the fly trap. Is that a thing? I know distilled water's a thing, but like, is that a known thing? You use distilled water for fly traps? In the UK, we have like the hardest water from across the globe. And I don't mean like it beats up other water. I mean like it has got that much shit in it. Because we're a very chalky island, so it has like minerals and shit in the water, you know? And where I live in the UK is the hardest water of the UK. So we literally have the hardest of the hardest water. Bang hard, mate. Bang hard. Is our water? Yeah, mate. You know? I only give my fly trap demineralized water and a lot of sun. Even Dee Dee asked me how I take care of my fly trap. Just keep the ground wet with demineralized water. Oh, shit. Interesting. Color me intrigued. Oh, they're saying that. I feel like if I went for another one... Confirmed, Hull has slug water. Accurate, actually. If I went for another one, I'd probably go for like a pitcher plant. I'd probably go for a pitcher plant. And the reason why is because they're very phallic. Very phallic. You know? It's true though, isn't it? You know? They're indeed on brand. Exactly. If I just had like a nice pitcher plant where my little fucking blob lamp is, you know, sat down here next to it. Be good, right? Be good. I think it'd be worth it. Although I'd have to learn how to take care of it because, God Lord, pain in the hoop, you know? Not missing much when it comes to the Mortal Instruments. This typical star-crossed lovers trope. Ah, fair enough. Never mind. How's it going, Jam Jar Brain? Waiting for a power cut during a sunny day is the perfect reading time. That makes sense. But then, you see, this is the thing, is like, during that scenario, I would be like, right, okay, well, what can I do with my time? And the last thing I would think is read a book. Alice Bazaar, who many of you will know from the Thirsty Work podcast that I did, but Alice Bazaar has challenged me to watch 7... So she did a series where she watched 7 erotic movies on 7 days, and I have said that I will join in on that. that I will take that challenge and watch 7 erotic movies on 7 days. And the rules are I have to watch 1 a night, and I'm not allowed to have seen them before. So I've taken her list, and I'm like, I don't know any of these. I've heard of one of them, which is Orgies of Edo, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. So I'm going to be watching those over the next 7 days. Well, I don't know whether I'm going to start it tonight or whether I'll postpone it for a little bit until I've got all of them, because some of them are only available on DVD, which is a pain in the hoop. So I'd have to get the DVD in order to watch it. But I am thinking that I'm going to do that as well. And I'm just like, how the fuck am I going to find the time?
Most kind.
How am I going to find the time to do it? Max Wattage, you cheeky devil. Max Wattage, thank you very much for giving that sub to Avelion Panda, you beautiful being, you. Avelion Panda, I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? Not really a challenge to watch erotic movies. Titillation never a challenge. I mean, you say that, Jam. You say that, but I have seen some really shit fucking movies in my time. And it doesn't matter how erotic they are, they're so shit. A classic one was The Hunger. The Hunger with David Bowie. I love David Bowie, especially in the old days when I was very much into the labyrinth and what have you. And it was like, oh my God, an erotic vampire movie that starred David Bowie and had a lesbian love scene. Oh, what could I possibly love more? It was shit. It was so shit. It was just fucking dire. And it was basically just a cheap, shitty B-movie bollocks in order to have a lesbian love scene on the screen. That is what it was. That is what it was. It was literally shit fucking movie in order to have a lesbian love scene. It was just like, are you fucking shitting me? The Hunger is a Vampire Society staple. It's crap. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. And I thought it was going to be great. And it was just like, no. Lol, it's a staple. It's also crap. Yeah, accurate. Accurate is exactly what that is about. Accurate. So yeah, I'm going to have to see what I can do. I'm going to have to see what I like. Whether I can. I'm just going to have to make time for these movies. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to have to. I'm going to make it do. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to ask if her stuff fits you. Yeah. Me and McSteffels are very similar sizes. So McSteffels has more in the chest department than I do. But other than that, yeah, our wardrobes are completely exchangeable. You know? Even worse, you have to suffer Yorkshire water, it's hard water, and tastes of bleach permanently. Do you know what? Weirdly, it doesn't, Mad Vixen, I don't know whether it's like where we live in like our armpit of England area, Mad Vixen, but our water just tastes like the hardest water. I like it, but then I grew up on it. But it doesn't. It definitely doesn't have the bleachy taste, because I know what you mean when you say the bleachy taste. Because I've definitely tasted, like, going on tour, traveling all over the UK, doing all that stuff. I've tasted all of the waters, and the waters of life. I have tasted all of the waters, and I know that flavor that you're talking about. I knew a carnivorous plant geek, and he said to do it. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, from what Zabadian's saying, Onion Pencil, you're completely correct, you know? The water around yours tastes like sparkling water to me from the south of the UK. Yeah, definitely. Sparkling water. That's it. Thug water. 100%. Derbyshire water is mostly limestone. This, to be honest with you, this is mostly cliff. It's just cliff and clay is where, like, our water. The one that blows my mind is Birmingham. The water in Birmingham is shipped in from Wales. It's literally piped in from Wales because the people of Birmingham were so fucking disgusted at their own water supply that they went and found a decent water supply in Wales and were like, right, we're going to have this piped in to the middle of the country. There you go. They have to steal it. It's there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether, I'm assuming they purloin it legally, but who knows? Who knows? I know that whales get screwed over 90% of the time, so I couldn't possibly guarantee it, you know? I know. I have a lot of things in the water as well, which is why I buy my demineralized water for the liters, by the liters. Entirely fair. Entirely fair. How's it going, Lady Manga? How you doing, Valen? My sister is over at mine at the moment. I've told her all about you, but she never seen you. So lube up. Oh my God. What? No. Lube. So can you do the mirror spiel for her, pretty please? Sprinkles on top. You want to do the mirror spiel? I can only do the mirror spiel with gifted subs. Although saying that, Max Wattage gifted a sub. Did you see the one that Max Wattage saw? Is that the thing? Or are you talking about like a close-up of my delightful face? In which case, somebody's got to redeem a smolder, you know? But hello, Lady Manga, and hello, Lady Manga's sister. Welcome on in. How you doing? Having a good time, hope. You know, I'm dressed like Vincent Price today. All I need is the little pencil mustache. I could have shaved in a pencil mustache for this. I could have shaved in a pencil mustache, to be honest with you. First, read up a lot about the care before buying a plant. I do not do that. I don't do that by any stretch of the imagination. What I will say that I do, though, is I look at plants and go, oh my fucking God, I need this in my life. Like recently, I found that there's goth grass. There is literally grass out there that is black for the goths. And I need it. I need shitloads of it, you know? I need shitloads of it. You know Alice? Yeah, I know Alice. Me and Alice go way back. Fucking hell, I've known Alice for... nearly 15 years. I've known Alice Bazaar. Jesus Christ. Long time. But yeah, no, like we go way back. For Lady Manga's sister, Eris Ptolemy. Well, that's awfully kind of you. Well, hello there, Lady Manga's sister. You've been redeemed as Smolder. Tantalizing, eh? Tantalizing getting all of my business, you cheeky little devil, you. You're new here, so don't worry. We'll ease you in gently, you know? What did you think it was for? Good Lord. Here I am. Trying to lube up my lips. And there you are with your mind in the gutter. Scandalous, I tell you. Absolutely scandalous. Good Lord. What do you like, eh? Coming over here. Getting all up in my business. Allowing yourself to peruse my lubed lips. Tantalizing. You know? Yeah, I know. And off the back of that, Grand Zenar, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky devil, you? And also, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside and between, Zabadian has redeemed a Praise the Mods. Could you do me a massive favor and throw out some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. Moderators! Thank you very much for all that you do for me, for this community. Oh my lord, all things happening at the same time. Hello, you delightful ladies and gentlemen and all genders out. We've done mod loves just as the raiders come in. Ladies and gentlemen and all genders outside between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. In amongst the mod loves, we can throw popcorn. We're talented like that. Good Lord, throw them at these cheeky devils. Who do they think they are? The absolute audacity. Good Lord, the scandal, I tell you. How's it going, Pixie Bomb? Hello, you beautiful individual. Welcome on in. Thank you very much for bringing all your people over here. I appreciate it. The Fey Nation has descended upon this wonderful stream. Is it wonderful? Well, we'll find out, because today we're going to be deep diving into the origins of ghosts. Where did ghosts come from? What was the first ever recorded version of ghosts? You were in some Pal World? Were you catching all of the not Pokemons? Did you run around kidnapping people? Did you make people fight against other people? These are the questions I have to ask, all right? How you doing, Tasty Haggis? Thank you very much for the followers. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, you beautiful being. Welcome on in. How was Pal World? What did you do? What did you get up to? Friends!
You subscribed. Most kind.
Excuse me, but what month number is this exactly? Whoa, that's many, many months. Love your face, Paulie Dancer from Hull XX.
The Paulie Dancer. The cheeky, cheeky Paulie Dancer. Luke got stuck in a quarry and we have a depresso called Remy. Ah, I didn't realize there was a depresso. Is that like a type of pal, as they say? Lou, thank you very much for coming in for the 42 months. We were literally quoting Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy earlier on, and here you are with the 42 months. The meaning of life, the universe, and everything. I have it tattooed on my Swiftly moving on. Lunicorn, I shall now describe a name on the mirror. Vane. By having your name on the mirror, Vane means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But goddamn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? And thank you very much as well for having a paid subscription, which means we're one step closer to that 70-30 split. You beautiful, beautiful bean. You are a depresso as a Fenny Fen. Well, I hope that we can distract you here today. Luke got stuck in the quarry. Indeed it is. All right. Well, that surprises me that you have a pal called Depresso, but I suppose I have many pals who are Depressos, but we can work with that. Do you know what I mean? We can work with that. We have a vent and rant space in Discord. We do indeed. If you need to, friends, if you need to let stuff out, make sure that it's spoilered and with trigger warnings so that we don't accidentally trigger anybody. And get it all out. Get it all off your chest. That's what it's all for, you know? That's what it's all for. All right. Okay. There's a loose thread. Thank you very much. Sorted. All sorted. All done. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. If there's one thing the mods know how to do, it's distract the hell out of me. Some of the gifs that they put in the mod chat are hypnotizing, to say the least. All right? Good Lord, damn it. Thank you very much, Jam, for letting me know. I blame Jam personally. Completely understandable. Scoundrel, as it were. Pixie Bomb, if you need to disappear off, if you need to go grab a snaffly treat, go do what you need to do. Go look after yourself. Do all the bits and pieces. Thank you very much for bringing all your people over here. I very, very, very much appreciate it. As always, you beautiful bean. Friends of Pixie Bombs, if you need to disappear off, please look after yourselves. We are going to be deep diving into the realms of ghosts and mythology in about 20 minutes time, but we're just having a bit of a natter first. But if you've got life that needs to happen, then please do it. Friends, we have just had Praise the Mods, but it got interrupted by this beautiful raid, so let's have some more mod loves in the channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. Mods, once again, you beautiful beans, thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for what you do for me and the community, both in and out of stream. All the stuff you do in the Discord for the community and all the stuff you do for me behind the scenes. It means the absolute fucking world to me. It really does. It really, really does. I am very humbled that you keep coming back and tolerating my absolute cataclysmic levels of bullshit. You know? Right there, where was I? Just about to tug into a kebab and have a drink, so already on it. Love it. Love to see it, Pixie Bomb. Can confirm your mods are top tier. I agree. You know. How's it going, Ginger Bay? How you doing, you beautiful bean? Welcome on in. Yeah, I know Alice Bizarre. Yeah. Not really a challenge to watch erotic movies. I never have the time to watch any kind of fucking movies, to be quite honest with you. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing this 7 days. 7 erotic movies in 7 days. The movies, I can tell you what the movies are. The movies are Madame, the 1993 Madame, Walk All Over Me, from 2007, Orgies of Edo from 1969, Venus in Furs from 2013, which I know there's a song called Venus in Furs, so I'm assuming it has something to do with that. 11 Days, 11 Nights from 1987, For a Good Time Call... from 2012, and then Dogs Don't Wear Pants from 2019. Don't tell me anything. I got no fucking clue what's happening. But yeah, I'm doing 7 erotic movies for 7 days because Alice Bizarre challenged me to do it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. You know? On the subject of weekends, we're going to our weekend. You grateful for a new week? All right, no worries, Eris Ptolemy. Being grateful for a new week is always worthwhile. Being grateful for a new week is always worthwhile. I see you, Stupedia. I see what you did, you bastard. Cult movie in itself, 100%. So yeah, I'm expecting all of these movies to be... Like, I haven't heard of any of them apart from Orgies of Edo. And I'm not expecting them to be good. I'm not expecting them to be great. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe I'll be surprised. Birmingham has the best water in England? Yeah, because it's Welsh. Can't drink tap water here. It's too much for my delicate system. That is entirely fair. That is entirely fair. I get bottled water in because McSteffels fucking hates the tap water. Actually, McSteffels hates tap water from everywhere, but yeah. I get bottled water in specifically for her. You know? We rummies love good water. Yeah. Because it's not British. Oh, it's not English, should I say. You know? Bristol water was awful. Severn Trent water was terrible. Yorkshire water is horrendous. Yorkshire water is well, Hull water is glorious. I can't speak about the rest of the water, but Hull water is fantastic. It's full of all of the toxins. All of the cheeky toxins. Yellow beans, how you doing? Welcome on in. I'm loving it when you have waving corn at me. When you have corn... When you have cornography, getting up in my business, giving me a cheeky little wave. Yellow beans, you cheeky devil. What you like? What you like, eh? You know what I mean? It's okay for Yorkshire. They have tea to mask the bad taste. I had a parcel of tea today. I got back from McSteffels this morning, and I was greeted to a parcel. And when I opened the parcel, it was of tea. And I got very, very confused. Cheeky cornography. Exactly. Oh, that cornography. Yeah, I got very, very confused because somebody, it literally says, in fact, you know what? Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
How very
You'll always
dare
tolerate
you.
it. Sharing your life's journey provides about mutual support, understanding, and respect. You never stop being you and always put a bemused smile on my face. All the love.
I am glad that your smile is bemused. Jam Jam, thank you very much for the 1,000 panderings, you cheeky devil. That's very, very kind of you. You don't have to do that. But I'm very glad that your smile is bemused. Of all of the smiles, bemused is the one you go for. And I like it. I like it. It makes me happy. Makes me happy in my little soul, you cheeky devil. Right, hold on. Let me get this note. So, I got this package, all right? And it says, let's have a proper brew. Okay. And it says, hey, Valen, enjoy this box of brews on us. Love Yorkshire tea. And I've got no idea who it's from. I've got no idea how they got my address. But I love it. There was 2 packs of Yorkshire tea in there, a massive pack, a box of Yorkshire Gold, and a box of decaf nighttime tea. It's from Yorkshire tea, obviously. I mean, it does say from Yorkshire tea. It says love from Yorkshire tea. So when we do our Yorkshire stream, I'm gonna give them a tag and say thank you very much for my box of mystery tea. Well, it's not even mystery tea. My boxes of glorious teas. We're gonna be going through and testing all of the Yorkshire teas. Well, as many as I can get hold of. And now I've got loads of them. I've got a whole bunch of them, you know? So that's going to be fun. Mystery. Oh, my God. Onion pencil. That was a stretch. That was a stretch, you cheeky devil. But yeah, I've got no idea who sent me it. Got no idea who, like, how they got my address or anything. But I love it because it's Yorkshire tea. So, do you know what? I'm just not going to question it. I'm just not going to question it. I'm going to be like, do you know what? That's cool. That's all right. All right. I'm on board it. Evidently, somebody who knows my address, works for Yorkshire Tea, has seen that I'm a Yorkshire Tea enthusiast and decided to send me some shit. Do you know what I mean? That it's just, it's a thing. It's a thing, you know? You've got goth grass around your little pond? Honestly, Zooty, I really want goth grass. And this isn't like some kind of illicit substance. Like, goth grass is literally black grass. I think it's Mondo black grass is what it's called, if I remember correctly. You know? I've started buying houseplants. Me too. Fucking love them. You know, Alice, how have we never crossed paths? I don't know, Lady Manga. Yeah, I mean, Alice lives a million, billion, trillion miles away from me. So we don't get to hang out exactly. But, yeah, I've known Alice Bizarre for fucking years. Years and years and years and years. Don't drink tea, coffee, Monster, and bottled water. I don't drink Monster. Can't do with that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Can't do with that stuff. Right, hold on. The Pixie Bomb raided in. All of the beautiful Fae Nation hath arrived, doing all their Fae Nation-y stuff. Hey, both of you, that was amazing. We're dying laughter. I don't know what you're talking about, Lady Manga. This is obviously deadly serious. Deadly, deadly serious. Nothing could possibly happen other than deadly seriousness. Yes. Yes. It's the only way to do it. Do you know what I mean? Seems pretty wonderful to you. Tasty haggis. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Coming in here, being all tasty up in my business. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That'll be toasty in the summer. Yes. But sometimes it's good to get toasty in the summer. Sometimes it's good to raise the temperature and get a little sweaty. You know? You know? How you doing, Lou, by the way? How's it going, you beautiful being? I hope that you managed to get out the quarry eventually. Oh, you eventually managed to get out the quarry. Good Lord, Onion Pencil. Coming in here, streaking all over the place. 3 streams in a row you've been streaking through here. Put some clothes on. I know it's getting warmer.
Stupedia is being far too kind. Confound them.
Excuse me, Stupedia. Excuse me. Here's some change from my sofa, and where do ghosts buy their clothes? At a boo. Teak. Friends, throw some egos in chat. Say a massive thank you to Pedia for throwing some cheeky little coins at me, you beautiful bean. How's it going, Althena Luna? I tried to be appealing. Oh my god. Oh good lord. Oh good lord. Oh good lord. Oh good lord. Come on now. Fenny Fen Fen, how you doing, you beautiful bean? Depresso Espresso, though. ADHD for the win. Ah, well, I hope we can distract you. All of the distractions. Our situation. It's just a lot of situational weddings, graduation stress. Ah. Boo and taste. Take one step at a time. Steadily but surely. Get yourself a nice cup of tea. Cup of tea doesn't solve it, all right? I'm not going to turn around and say that tea fucking cures depression or anything like that, but cup of tea does give you a chance to take a moment, take a breath, and just enjoy the moment while the cataclysmic levels of shit are going on around us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I hope your kebab is tantalizingly good, Pixie Bomb. I hope it's wonderful. You are a menace to the world. This is very true. This is very, very true. It has to be said. You know? Scottish water over Welsh water. I said what I said. No, do you know what? I'd probably agree with that. Actually, I'd probably agree with that. The very few times that I've been through to Wales, and obviously into Birmingham, I wouldn't disagree. I enjoy Scottish water. I also pronounce my T's. Drink sparkling water, so I get McSteffels' opinion. I was about to say, I don't know whether McSteffels drinks sparkling water. I don't think she does, to my knowledge. But we definitely get, like, bottled still water in. You know? And then lots of recycling. Lots of recycling. What's this about cornography? How you doing, Music Man? I was just saying, Yellow Beans came in, and look, like you can see there. Yellow Beans has got their corn waving at me. I love it when cornography waves at me. Cheeky little corno wave. You know? Cornographic content. Exactly. Exactly, Onion Pencil. Right? Mystery tea. Mystery tea. And we are due to do the Yorkshire stream. Where's my diary? Yeah, okay. We are due to do the Yorkshire stream. It was a choice between Thursday the 16th or Monday the 20th. So this Thursday or next Monday. But I realized that I'm going to have to do it next Monday because I am real fucking busy. So next Monday, the 20th of May, is going to be the Yorkshire stream, where we deep dive into Yorkshire. All things Yorkshire. Speaking of interesting things that are coming up, obviously we have Mythical Mondays today, where we're talking about ghosts, but our movie night is on this Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 19th of May. Jags!
Kind.
All the
Shags!
high worky lurky.
Do all the worky lurkies, you cheeky devil. Do all of the worky lurkies. Thank you very much for coming in for 50 fucking months. 50 months, and as a paid subscriber, you take us that one step closer to the joys of the 70-30 split. You beautiful, beautiful being, you. I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. Do we have a little shag size slot we can slot you into? We do. We do. Chags, your name has been described upon the mirror vein, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil, you. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, herra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? You know? Oh, don't worry, Chags, I love slotting you in. Just a little slot. Yes, that's it. That's where it's at. Yeah, we've got our movie night on this Sunday, friends. You do not have to be a member of you've got to be a member of the Discord, but you don't have to be like a subscriber or anything like that. It's a community movie night. It's completely free. All you got to do is tune in. It's have I updated the movie command? I haven't updated the movie command. So Sunday the 19th of May at 7 p.m. BST. At 7 p.m. British time, we're going to be watching Only Lovers Left Alive. I have never seen it. I don't know anything about Only Lovers Left Alive. However, quite a few people in the community said it was a great movie. So I'm risking it for a biscuit. So we're going to watch fucking amazing movie. Hello, Sway. Hello, how you doing? How's it going? Evidently, you love it. This makes me happy. Yeah, I've not seen it. I don't know anything about it, but apparently it's fantastic. So we are going to be watching Only Lovers Left Alive at 7 p.m. BST in the Discord. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to be a subscriber or anything like that. All you got to do is tune in. You don't have to have a camera. You don't have to have voice. We've got a chat room in there if you want to come and join in via chat. If you want to show yourself, you can do. You know what I mean? It's all great. How's it going, Captain Bambi's Revenge? Oh my lordy, all the people coming out of Lurk. The talk of a good movie, and everyone's like, hold on a minute, that was a great fucking movie. That's a great movie. You will love it, you know? I shan't say a word. Jamdar, do you know who sent me the tea? Do you know who sent me the box of mystery tea? You don't have to tell me who, but just a yes or no. You do. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Because if you know who it was, then I feel much safer. Because there was definitely a part of me that was like, who the fuck found out my address? Oh God, what the fuck? You know?
Kind.
Boom 44 smiling face with sunglasses.
Smiling face with sunglasses. You need them because the sun is out and it is a pain in the fucking hoop when you're driving home. Thank you very much, Captain Bambi Ranch, coming in for the 44 months. And, of course, as a paid subscriber, taking us that one step closer to the 70-30 split, you beautiful, beautiful being. Captain Bambi's Revenge. Your name is inscribed on the mirror vein, which means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, go, God, I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, herra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know? You know? You let you feel nice, all right? The great thing about streaming is the fact you just arrive whenever you arrive. Life be life, you know? Life be life. It's all good. You just arrive whenever you arrive. Pterodactyl, long time no see. I hope you're doing all right. Hope it's like all right. Like that mole you thought was benign. I'm back. Welcome on in, Pterodactyl. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you okay. Biohazard, I see you flashing your boobies all over the place. I see you with your little boobies. See what's going on there. Tricky Devil, how you doing? How's it going? Hope the family's okay. Jam knows sus, although I know it wasn't Jam, right? You know as well, Shade Secrets, that makes me feel better. Does the person work for Yorkshire Tea? I received, for those people that have just joined us, I received a mystery box of tea from apparently from Yorkshire Tea. It says, "Hi Valen, enjoy this box of brews on us. Love Yorkshire Tea." So I am suspicious. I love Yorkshire Tea, and I'll forgive it. I will overlook all transgressions because Yorkshire Tea. Do you know what I mean? Bribery does me well when it comes to Yorkshire Tea. But yeah, I was like, how the fuck did they get my address? But evidently, there's been some talks amongst trusted members of the community. So evidently, something's gone on there. Something's gone on there. You know. Not the boutique, exactly right. Exactly. Just got up. That's all right. That's okay, Althena Luna. You get what you need. You grab your caffeinated beverage, you cheeky devil. Hello, Finley. How you doing, you beautiful individual? I am okay. Hella stress because huge life changing coming up. Well, I hope that the life change goes swimmingly, you beautiful bean. I hope that goes absolutely fantastically, Pterodactyl, and break a metaphorical leg in all of the changes. Life always changes, and I hope that is changing in the way that you need to, you know? Yorkshire Tea is aware of your stream. Talks have been had by a very trusted individual. Well, that's exciting. That's very exciting. Oh, well. I don't know how to feel. Oh, I'm all giddy. I'm all Yorkshire Tea, knowing who the fuck I am. The fact that I stream and have sent me tea. You moving to Sweden? Need a job on a visa, and yeah, that sounds very, very stressful, but that sounds like it's going to be an amazing new chapter in your life. That sounds like it's going to be an amazing new chapter in your life, Pterodactyl. So I hope it all goes really smoothly, friend. I really do. I really, really do. You know? Was that a postcard or an envelope? It's a postcard. It says, let's have a proper brew. And then the postcard from Yorkshire Tea. Which is fascinating. Fascinating. I'll be out during the day, but by the evening, free for movie night. Huzzah! That's what we love to see. Thank you very much, Jam Jam. You know? Hello, Sway. How's it going, Captain Bambi's Revenge? I know I've just said hi to you, but it's fine. You can just deal with it. Don't just a Mona. Hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going, Biohazard? Oh, my lordy. The sun is not a pain in my hoop when driving home. Sunning one's perineum whilst driving is unsafe. Couldn't possibly speculate. Yeah, I know. How's it going, Finley? How you doing? How's it going? Van doesn't know who. I mean, how to feel. I mean, exactly. I know who to feel.
Little stalker.
Being in a monogamous relationship, I know exactly who to feel. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Thank you very much for the follow, you cheeky devil. I will not call you out just in case you are lurking, but you're very welcome here. Welcome on in. How's it going? Rowan Rose says hi. Hi, Rowan Rose. Hello, you beautiful bean. I hope you're doing all right. Is it Shove Who? How you doing? Welcome on in. How's it going? I hope I pronounced your name right. Or Shove? Do we go for Shove? Shove Who? Fantastic. No worries. No worries, friend. Welcome on in. How's it going? Yorkshire Tea are awesome. Yorkshire Tea are absolutely fantastic. Fingers crossed for a Yorkshire Tea sponsorship. I would love a Yorkshire Tea sponsorship. I would genuinely love a Yorkshire Tea sponsorship. That would be absolutely fucking amazing. However, I will say that I doubt it would ever happen, purely because of the fact that Yorkshire Tea have got so many other people that they have got on their books as like instant people that they can like flag up and what have you, you know? One question, yeah, what's up? You're more than welcome to ask. Just be prepared for what kind of answer you might get. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. You know? Got to wrap up my contract, then I can move. Huzzah! Huzzah, Pterodactyl. That sounds amazing, you know? I swear Van has short-term memory loss. Oh, yeah, definitely. Years of alcohol abuse and possibly ADHD. Yeah. Definitely a thing. You know? I got a date night, so enjoy stream. Stick that postcard on your mirror, maybe for bad brain days. Ah, sway. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Go do the thing. Go do what you need to do. Go have a wonderful time doing datey things and being all lovey-dovey. Stare lovingly into their eyes and be like, ah, the orgasmic way your eyes dance across my own. Ah. You know, do it. Do the thing. Yeah, a decent streamer. Don't know about that. Don't know about that, Biohazard. You know, don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Exactly. Don't ask questions you don't ask answers to. What is your specific gender, like category? Sorry if I heard you. No, not all. I'm a cis man, cisgender man. I was assigned male at birth, and I am that way. And you, no qualms by asking that. You are perfectly okay to ask my gender, but I very much appreciate the. I very much appreciate you taking the care to take my feelings into consideration. But yeah, no, I'm a cis man. I was assigned male at birth, and I very much identify with that gender. So thank you very much for asking. Yep, no qualms here. No qualms here. Oh, my lordy, Mary Majora, you cheeky little devil. Hello, hello, hello. Can I get a shout out for Mary Majora, please? I would very much appreciate it. I would very much appreciate it. How you doing? How's it going, Mary, you beautiful bean? People go check out Mary. Mary does a lot of retro things and is also absolutely hilarious. She makes me chuckle. And I don't mean the whole... I mean the sounds like a fucking lawnmower chuckle. Like that level of chuckle. All right? That level. It's the only way to do it. How's it going, Mary? How you doing, you beautiful bean? You know, a lawnmower. Yeah, it's a proper chuckle. Proper chuckle. He nails everything. Let me. Can't really see, but yes. And if you... They're magnetic as well. So you can see the shimmer and shine move around. That's the magnetic side of it. Doing all that jazz. You know. Love that so much. That's 100% my partner. McSteffels does my nails like every weekend, and I fucking love it. Absolutely fucking love it. But yeah, no, the shimmer, so it's like purple, gold, and a little bit of green in there, which means it plays really nicely against this neon fucking pink and the teal. You know, and the mint. The cheeky mint. You know, lovingly through Minecraft. I hope you have all of the square kisses. Sway. I hope your date night involves all of the cuboid kisses. You know. But yeah, friends, go check out Mary. Mary Majora is a fantastic, fantastic human being. Member of the old Octopus and Dragon stream team. We chat business and bullshit. That's the only way to do it. Illegal. My existence is illegal in many countries, Mary Majora. It has to be said. Yes, this is true. This is true. But yeah, no, I get my partner to paint my nails because she loves nail art and doing different nail bits and pieces, and has a massive, massive selection of nail varnish. So I was like, can I? And she's like, yes, 100%. Sit down. Turn the big light on and sit down. You know? But does she make you villain laugh? What, like full on? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, like that's pretty accurate. If I'm honest with you, yeah, like full villain laugh. Yeah, you know. I'm just about to comment on that mint and my little mintiness, you know. I was like, do you know what? I was thinking about my fingernails over the weekend. Cheeky. I was thinking about my fingernails over the weekend, and I remember being bullied in school about my fingernails. This was before I painted my nails. All right. Well, technically, it wasn't, because I painted my nails when I was a kid as well. But it was like in the period of time where I wasn't entirely confident in myself and therefore didn't paint nails because painting nails isn't for men. You know, all that bullshit. All right. And I remember being told, like, my friend would turn around to, oh, I say friend, somebody in school would be like, hey, Val, check your nails. And I'd be like, all right. And they'd be like, ah. And I'd be like, what? And they were like, girls check their nails like this. Guys check their nails like this. Like what? What is your specific gender-like category? Cisgender man. You must not have been here when I answered your question initially. Cisgender man. So I was assigned male at birth. When I was born, and the doctor held my screaming form, they were like, oh, this one's a boy. And I still believe that I am male. And therefore, cisgender man is the, assigned male at birth, cis man, in case he doesn't see the re-ask. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But yeah, so that is the category. The category of gender that I am is cis man. You know? But it said that whole nail thing was basically what I found absolutely hilarious because of how ridiculous it is. And proof in the fact that children will pick on each other for the stupidest of shit. Absolutely stupid. They run around the playground. Did you see Valen? Valen checked his nails like this. And I'm like, the fuck are you on about? You're just checking your nails. What the fuck? What? Fucking bullshit. You know? Congratulations on your Yorkshire tea box. May your teas be as glorious as your face. How you doing, Frax? Hello, you beautiful being. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm hoping the teas will be as glorious as my face. I am salivating at the tantalizing nature that will be the new teas. The nighttime tea is interesting as well because it's got like other stuff in it as well. We'll find out on Yorkshire Day. Find out on Yorkshire Day, you know. Now that I have a mocker. Ahoy, brats! How you doing, Althena Luna? Welcome back, caffeinated Althena Luna. I have magnetic fingernails. Imagine walking up to strangers without context or reason. Hi, I have magnetic fingernails. Give me your keys. You know. Welcome back, Jovu. Yes, so I'm evidently you disappeared off while I answered your thingy, but yeah, so I'm cisgender male. Yeah. And thank you. I was saying also, thank you very much for taking my feelings into consideration when asking the question. That is something that a lot of people don't do, and I really do appreciate that. That's really appreciated, you know. Imagine every metal railing you walk past you get stuck to. Could you imagine? Yeah. Bank, 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 bank. You could make a musical instrument out of every railing. Do you know what I mean? Where the fuck was I? There we go. Catching up. All good. Looking for a nap? No, that's all right. That's okay. In a minute, we are going to be jumping into our deep dive on ghosts, friends. So we've chatted for about an hour, or just over an hour, fucking hell. And we'll be deep diving into the origins of ghosts. So we'll be deep diving into our Mythical Mondays very, very shortly, okay? Kids will believe about everything. Oh, yeah. Oh, they are savage. Stupidly savage. Over the stupidest of fucking things. You know? Bakery is keeping busy, but otherwise fantastic. Good to hear. Good to hear. What takes many nails to build, but only one screw to use? A crib. Say that to the fucking Virgin Mother of God. There was no screw involved there, Zabadian. Just popped one out of nowhere. Apparently. So they say. You know. Need to know what black shadow you use because it is so pigmented. Do you use an eyeliner pencil? Oh my lordy. Okay, we're going for all of the makeup stuff. Right. Here we go, friends. The black eyeshadow that I use is ridiculously pigmented. It is Sugar Pill. You can't really see it. It's Sugar Pill. Sugar Pill Black. It's called Bulletproof. And it is one of the densest black makeups that I've ever used. I also use the Rimmel London like eyeliner felt tip for the top side, and then use the, which one's this one? Oh yeah, Rimmel London again Scandal Eyes for the waterline. And then at the moment I'm using That's How I Roll Barry M mascara. However, I have picked up this ELF Lash It Loud mascara, and I'm not a fan of it. Very, very black, very, very colorful, but because of the way that the brush is, it like doesn't comb out properly. and it ends up like it feels like it clumps all of the mascara that pulls together. So what I'm tempted to do is I'm tempted to use that and then get like a separate mascara brush to comb it all out properly. But yeah. Mascara's pain. That one that I actually use more often than anything else, the Barry M one, is really good. I really like it. I really like it. It's the brush itself, I find, combs through the eyelashes really smoothly and doesn't leave it clumping. It doesn't refine them too much for clumping. It's got like a long edge and a short edge as well, so you can like tailor it to your own shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I use. That's what I use. You know? Check my nails both ways. I'm non-binary, so like I suppose that tracks. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, what does it matter where you're looking at your hand? Exactly, Jam Jam. What does it matter? Full of shit. Full of shit. You know? It's interesting. Yeah. Shavu, yeah. For me, it depends on the lighting of where I am. Sometimes one way makes it easier to see than the other. I agree. But I think about it. It's weird because I think about it. Like when McSevils paints my nails, for example, I will like get my nails painted. I'm like, oh, look at that. And then I'll do this. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. And that's stuck with me since fucking childhood. That whole concept has stuck with me. Not that I particularly got bothered by it when it happened, but it's just stuck with me. You know what I mean? Like I can't say that it like I felt bullied by it. I was just like, oh, well, this is stupid. But like that whole thing of being like checking your fingernails and then doing this, like you do both because you get different lights on it. Like you were saying, you get different lights on it. So it makes sense to do both. Oh, such an itchy nose today. But I think about it every single time I do that. It's weird. It's weird. Weird how this shit sticks with you, right? You know what I mean? Guys going well, yeah. Don't take Valen's feelings into consideration. You never do, Biohazard, you cheeky shit. Bastard. You know? Oh, Finley, it's true. It's so true. Don't want my nail polish into an MRI. Yeah. I don't know what would happen if you wore a magnetic nail polish into the MRI, to be honest with you. Because it'd probably just pull off the polish. It wouldn't, like, pull off your fingernails or anything like that. You know? Going well, just never any time to stop and think. Yeah, feel that. Need to take some more me time. Do it! I enable this. I encourage and enable this. You know? What is a ghost pirate's favorite kind of tea? Boo tea. I hate you, Zbadian. I hate you so much. I hate you so very much. Deep in my soul, so very much. You cheeky shit. Love makeup so much. I need to know. It's incredible. Cannot find a mascara I love. Yeah. No, you're very welcome. Very welcome, Mary Majora. I would say that I'm quite enthusiastic about makeup. Like, I'm not going to turn around and say that I'm a fucking makeup influencer or anything like that. But I do enjoy makeup. I do enjoy it. I like the creativity of it. I like the self-expression of it, you know? If a brush top you like, would you screw onto the other mascara? I'd try that. Yeah, no, probably. When the Barry M stuff is either finished or out of date, I will probably use that brush for other mascaras if I can get it. If I can get it in. Cheeky devils, you know. I had a cake mascara that I love, but it's not waterproof, so I end up going full raccoon because of it. Went back to a regular mascara. Oh no! Boo! Boo Antis! Boo and hiss. Yeah, but not the look I was going for. Cute raccoon. Raccoons are cute, but definitely not the one you were going. Yeah, no, I get it. Understanding. You know what I mean? You inspire me to do dark eyes look. Get a little shy doing them, and I don't know why. Try it. Not only try it, Mary Majora, but try it multiple times. Because this is the thing that a lot of the, especially if you have grown up with makeup and you've got makeup to a certain level of your life, and more specifically, you have a specific look that you wear more often than not, your brain gets into a place where anything outside of your normal look looks weird. So when you put on makeup, especially if it's a bit unusual, if you're not used to doing like dark eyes and stuff like that, and you're like, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. The first thing you're going to think, is, I look washed out. Can guarantee it. You'll be like, I look washed out. It draws too much attention to my eyes. This ain't right. This makes me look skeletal and not cool and what have you. And it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So you need to try it, give it a couple of days, try it again. Give it a couple of days, try it again. And when you've tried it multiple times and you're happy-ish, like, it'll still feel a bit alien to you, but you're happy-ish with it, then stick it on social media and let your adoring fans fawn over you. Yes, the adoring fans. Like, Biohazard fawns over me. We know it. We know it's true. We know it's true. Definitely sticks with a kid. My son is in the mindset that braids are only for girls when they aren't, and it's difficult to get him out of it. Yeah, no, I feel that. I can understand it, Eric told me. The best thing to do is show your son different people with braids from all walks of life. You'll get people in the fashion industry. You'll get people that are footballers. You just show them and just be like, all right, look, there you go. Look at all these people. Especially if there's like something that he's particularly into, like if he's particularly into sport, find sports people that have braids and be like, proof that it's bollocks. Obviously don't say that, kids, but you know what I mean. Can confirm that Ghost Pirates love Zooty Booty. Yeah, there you go, right there. An MRI doesn't pull off anything. Cheeky. It will get warm at most. I've been inside MRIs several times for different scans and not experienced any issues with the wires in my mouth, for example. Oh. Is that because they're not magnetic, though? Just out of interest? I don't know. I've got no fucking clue. But I know that an MRI is like a giant fucking magnet, isn't it? So if something is magnetic, which a lot of these days, the vast majority of metal that they put inside a body isn't magnetic. So there shouldn't be any reason for it. But yeah, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Because it's definitely something they warn about. Do you know what I mean? Some red tattoo pigments, old ones, will get warm too. Oh, that's interesting. So like the iron content or something? Fascinating. Fascinating. Makeup lets me have rainbow eyelids and it's so fucking cool. It's true. Exactly. Right? Always follow this instruction before you get an MRI. Yeah. And follow the advice of the medical professionals. They know this shit more than anybody else. And if anything's going to go wrong, they need to be aware of it, you know? I have a redeem to have chat choose my look, which has been pushing me out of my comfort zone. And that helps. That's amazing. That's a great idea. That's a fucking great idea. My dad once rescued a very pregnant raccoon out of our trash bin when I was in high school. Thing took up the entire bottom of that massive thing. Yeah, I can imagine. One of those big wheelie bins the city gave you. Oh, Jesus. My friend had a pet raccoon for years. Years and years and years and years and years. Very, very cool pet. But at the same time, fuck me, do they get in trouble. They're very intelligent. Very intelligent, very inquisitive. And therefore get in trouble a lot. Get in trouble a lot. You don't have raccoons in the UK except zoos. No, you can get it. I seem to remember you need a specific permit to get a raccoon as a pet. But yeah, it is possible. It is possible to have a raccoon as a pet in the UK. But you need to be really like very attentive to them because they need a lot of attention. They need to be constantly like the reason why they work in stuff like zoos and stuff like that, providing it's a good zoo, is because their zookeeper's job is keeping the raccoons entertained and keeping their inquisitive minds constantly fucking buzzing, you know? Otherwise they'll escape because that's what they do, you know? So you need to keep them entertained. And I fucking would have loved a raccoon as a pet, but fuck my ass, I do not have the energy, capabilities, or finances to keep a raccoon entertained like that. You know. Just bought a boomerang from a ghost, and now I'm worried that this is going to come back to haunt me. Oh my fucking god! Oh, they're getting so bad. They're getting so bad. Your timing as well, Zabadi, and you just wait until I've lulled myself into a false sense of security for a moment. I'm like, oh yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh, come on. Good night. See you later, Zabadi, and thank you very much, you cheeky devil, for coming by and saying hi. God damn it. God damn it. That's what I'm planning on doing, especially since we're African American, so our culture often wear braids worn by everyone. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Medical professionals know where they are. No idea if there's magnetism only, because they have also advised against any synthetic materials inside MRI. No idea. No idea. Seems like a thing that would require special licensing. Exotic pets do here in the US with different specifics in different states. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I would imagine it's probably the same here in the UK because of specific species. We've got fucking tiny little fruit flies. And they just get real up in my business all the time. Little fuckers. They don't just get in my business. They hover around all plants and anything. And I'm just like, fuck off. I don't notice them until I like hear. And I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Zibad Dajokian. God damn it. I recently discovered that hanging from most trees, you'd get sore arms. You vex me, friends. You vex me. They find me irresistibly fruity. That's exactly it. Because I'm a member of the LGBTQIA, Althena Luna, because I am effectively fruity, that is why they are drawn to me. That is why they are drawn to me. Little fuckers. They're so fucking annoying. Anyway, friends. All right? Not allowed raccoons as pets since 2016. Check, because I'd be a happy booty if I had a raccoon of my own. Oh, that's a shame. When did I know my friend? That might actually explain why my friend had to get rid of hers. Because I haven't seen any photos of her raccoon in years. And that might explain it. That might actually explain it. I thought maybe they passed on, but they were relatively young raccoons. I can't imagine they would have done. But yeah, that might explain it. Shit. Well, shit. Well, shit. Today we learned those teeny tiny flies, water with a bit of vinegar and dish soap in it makes a trap for them. Vinegar attracts them. Dish soap disrupts the surface tension. Oh, shit. All right. I'm pretty sure, like, we've definitely got dish soap, but I'm pretty sure Chunk will have vinegar somewhere. Oh, we've got, like, white vinegar. We've got, like, white vinegar for, like, cleaning and stuff like that. Will that work? Will that be okay? Anywho's. Why don't ghosts think puns are funny? Because they're dead inside. I feel fucking dead inside, Kindred. I feel dead inside. Yeah, exactly. Just like Vansga, I feel dead inside. Apple cider vinegar works really well for that. I'm not going to go buy new vinegar for that. Can't be fucked. Can't be fucked. Anyway, friends, we're going to delve into the wonderful world, the wonderful realms of ghosts. However, before we do that, I need to go pee. And I need to refill my liquid. All right. I encourage you to do the same. I'll run 3 minutes of adverts to get them out of the way. I know that we had some not so long ago, but as I'm going to be getting up and doing urination station visits and stuff like that, I would like to be able to sort that out. All right. So, friends, get up, have a stretch, stretch your eyes, look at them in the distance, and look back again. Grab some kind of beverage, hot, cold, or if the time is permitting, flamboyant as fuck. Don't forget to take your meds. Don't forget to take your meds. If you haven't done it already, go and take your meds now if you are able to do so. And if you are wearing a binder, have a couple of deep breaths, stretch those lungs out, stretch those rib cages out, and never wear a binder longer than is medically recommended, which is what we understand to be 6 hours, you cheeky devils. All right. I'll be back in 3 minutes time where I will have new liquid and I will have got rid of old liquid. And we'll jump straight into learning where ghosts came from. All right? All right? All right? All right? All right. Don't go anywhere, you cheeky devils. Welcome back, you cheeky little devils, you spectacular specimens of humankind. Here we are. Now, about to delve into the realms of ghosts. We are now jumping onto the wonderful world of the joys, the absolutely happy-go-lucky, scampy times of Mythical Mondays. For those people that are new here that don't know what Mythical Mondays is all about, that is perfectly okay. That's perfectly all right. Basically, every single month we do a deep dive. We delve into the realms of mythos and discover where some of the most popular monsters of our time have come from. We have done a whole load of these, and the VODs are available on the VODs and Vanity YouTube channel, which I will stick into the chat now, so that people can go check them out if you would like to. We have done vampires. Ooh, cheeky. So far, we've done vampires, werewolves, witches, the succubus, Krampus, leprechauns, succubus, Krampus, leprechauns, the curse of the mummy, and zombies. How you doing, Lux? Welcome on in. How's it going? And today we're going to what I could imagine to be the original. I would imagine that the first ever mythical monster would be a ghost. It makes sense that the concept of a dearly departed one would be the origin of monsters, as it were. And then at the end of the stream, I'm going to put up an option for 5 different types of monsters that we can look at next month, and you can vote for it, because I like the idea of, like, at the moment, all of the main ones that I was thinking about doing have been done now. They're like, originally it started as like a Halloween thing where it was going to be vampires, zombies, the curse of the mummy, werewolves, and witches. They were like the 5 we were going to do, and then it's grown from there. It's grown into like a monthly thing, so we're literally doing it once a month now, and I love it. I absolutely love it, because I'm a big goth at heart, and I love the horror and the monsters and the creepiness. Do you know what I mean? It makes me happy. It makes me happy, and finding out where this stuff came from is truly, genuinely, truly fascinating. I'm genuinely debating collating all of the information we get from these streams and putting it as like a little 20-minute synopsis on the Thurston and Vanity channel. But I don't know whether that would work. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether that would work as well as I, like, my brain thinks it would, you know? So, don't know yet. Empty and refill. Exactly. Ghosts. Alexa, play Ghosts. But who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? That is the question. If there is a ghostie in your house, who are you going to call? But it turns out there's a lot of different varieties of ghosts, by the way, friends. So if any of you have ever watched like fucking Ghost Adventures or Most Haunted or any of that shit, like I have, because I'm a glutton for punishment. And actually some of it's really, really interesting and really fascinating, and other bits I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, really? Come on, really? So it's always good fun. You're going to call the Winchesters? Entirely fair. Or just Bill Murray? Fair. Entirely fair. So yeah, so we're going to look into ghosts. The OG of the ghosties and ghoulies. Love getting caught... What? Caught by the ghosties. Caught by the ghoulies. Right, I've pulled up some tabs. Let me just get these tabs and put them in the right places, because evidently I didn't set this up beforehand to find out exactly what is going on where. What's it? Ooh. That's the terminology for a ghost. I suppose we could start with that. We could start with the terminology of a ghost. So, what is a ghost? Now, bearing in mind that there are a whole fucking variety of different styles of ghosts. There's ghosts, there's specters, there's wraiths, there's poltergeists. There is then specific varieties of them, like the headless horseman, the woman in white, the fucking lady of the lake, all of that stuff. How's it going, Donna Sylvia? How you doing, you beautiful bean? So, there are a whole variety of different types of ghost, but we are now looking, like, we are going for the origin of ghosts in general. All right, so we might be touching place on certain different types of ghosts and stuff like that, and I'm sure that if this series turns out to be popular and people do enjoy it and people enjoy the deep dives and stuff like that, then maybe we'll look into specific ones like wraiths, because obviously, as we know from the vampires thing, wraiths have a connection to vampirism and shit like that, you know? And like poltergeists, I know that poltergeists are known to be that way because they have the ability to physically move things. They can pick up a fucking remote control and throw it at your head. Do you know what I mean? Like they can do all kinds of bits and pieces, you know? How Yin's doing? Yeah. Not used to encountering Yins in the wild? Yeah. How Yin's doing? It's been a while since I've heard it, to be fair. It's been a while since I've heard it. Okay, so let's have a look at what is a ghost? A ghost, soul, or spectre of a dead person, usually believed to inhabit the netherworld and to be capable of returning in some form of world to the living. Returning in some form to the world of the living. According to descriptions or depictions provided by believers, a ghost may appear as a living being or as a nebulous likeness of the deceased, occasionally in other forms. Belief in ghosts is based upon the ancient notion of the human spirit being separable from the body and may maintain its existence after the body's death. In many societies, funeral rituals... why is my nose so fucking itchy? Funeral rituals are believed to prevent ghosts from haunting the living. A place that is haunted is thought to be associated by the haunting spirit with some strong emotion of the past, remorse, fear, or the terror of a violent death.
It's a raid.
Oh my lordy.
Flee!
Oh my lordy. Ladies and gentlemen and all genders outside and between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine who do they think they are? Good Lord. It's the beautiful, the exquisite, the dear friend of mine, Ruby True. How's it going, Ruby? How are you enjoying being a feline? Did you enjoy all of the feline goodness? And, of course, you were well into your corn. I went into Ruby True's stream earlier.
You little stalker.
Thank you very much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I went into Ruby True's stream earlier, and they were playing a new cat game, and they had a little corn hat, and naturally, my brain went to Little Kitty, Big City. That was the one.
Yeah, you
that was the one.
Most kind.
Ruby True, you beautiful bean. Thank you very much for the 30. Oh my God, 35 months.
You followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
That is scandalous. And also, by being a paid subscriber, you take us one step closer to that 70-30 split. Oh, so tasty. So wonderfully tasty. And welcome on in, Raiders. How you doing? Welcome on in. I'll come and say hello to you all in a minute. But first things first. Ruby True, I shall now inscribe your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. Calm yourself. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. Go do your things. Go urinate. Go visit the urination station. Do the thing. And by having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough.
You followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you very much. God, I look rough. But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know. Love you, bye. Love you, burba. Cheeky burb. Thank you so much for all these follows, you beautiful beans. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking, but I very, 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 very much appreciate it. I don't consider you using the raid message as unlurking because I know that people come in and they just spam the raid message and quickly merge into the background, you know. Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas, individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. For I am a colossal filth wizard, and I don't want to be corrupting the ears of the young. Ruby True was just playing a game with a cat wearing a corn hat, and my brain immediately had the references with cornography and pussycats. So I mean that kind of just throws you in exactly where I'm at, right? That's me. That's the way I am. I'm dressed like Vincent Price. I bought a house because it was number 69.
Ooh, you little stalker.
I bought a house because it was number 69 and decorated it like Prince fucked the Moulin Rouge. So that's kind of the way we're doing it. However, today we're not talking about sex, which is a rarity. You're late. I'm already corrupted. No, I was so close. Love the introduction. How's it going? Hello, you beautiful beings. How's it going? Aquilsum, how you doing? Farrell, how you doing? Amiva, is that how you pronounce your name? I'm gonna get people's names wrong. If I get them wrong, please, by all means, just correct me. I like being corrected. It's grand. It's okay. Do you know what I mean? I was born corrupted. So was I, to be fair. Let's not even lie about this. Batman, how you doing? Welcome on in. No sexy ghosts. No sex. I mean, there might be sexy ghosts out there. You know, dressed like Vincent Price. Vincent Price was dressed like Cookie Monster in Monster Piece Theater. That's hilarious. I mean, I could dress like Cookie Monster, and I'd make that look good, right? I'd make that look good. By the way, friends, can I get another shout out for Ruby True, please, if I have a mod available? People, go check out Ruby True. Ruby True is one of my oldest friends here on the wonderful world of Twitch, and a very, very, very good friend of mine. I met Ruby True at Twitch London years and years and years ago, where I literally walked up to her and went, "You look interesting. Hi, I'm Valen." And that was it. In fact, I seem to remember I was even ruder than that. I went, "You look interesting. Who are you?" And she was like, "I'm Ruby." And I was like, "Cool. How you doing?" And weirdly, the people that I was stood with all knew who Ruby was. And they were like, "Oh my God, Valen's speaking to Ruby True. Good Lord. Oh God, they're speaking to Ruby True." And I was just like, "Yeah, you look like an interesting person." I was intrigued. I wanted to know who you were. And then we became fast friends. We became good pals, happy-go-lucky scamps of individuals. So yeah, it was good times, you know? Good times. But today, friends, yes, we are not talking about sex. We are talking about Jamsters based grab food. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all, Shades. That I can do it. I can do it manually, old school. People, go check out my dear friend Ruby True. Get away. Ruby True is beautiful, glorious, and spectacular. Does an awful lot of ASMR. Also does some IRL stuff, like where they're out in the garden and chilling out in their delightful tent thing that they've got out there. And evidently he's also playing games and stuff now. A wonderful, wonderful human being who I love very, very dearly, and well worth all of your love and attention. As I'm sure that all of the beautiful people from Ruby True stream will completely attest to. Completely attest to. Do you know what I mean? What about the movie Ghost? That's pretty sexy. I've not seen it, but I've definitely seen a lot of iterations of the pottery scene. I've seen that. How you doing, Lola Frosty? Hello, you beautiful bean. And then the band Ghost, of course. So for those people that are new, have just joined us, every month we do a thing called Mythical Mondays, okay? Every month we do a Mythical Mondays, and Mythical Mondays is where we deep dive into the origins of a specific type of mythical creature, usually a monster of some variety. We've done vampires, we've done werewolves, we've done witches, we've done succubus, we have done Krampus, we've done zombies, the Curse of the Mummy, and leprechauns. And today we're looking at ghosts. Today we're deep diving into the origins of ghosts. And we've only just started, so you've come in at the perfect time, do you know what I mean? You remember me, Amiva? Do you? Interesting. Yeah, you've been here for a while. It's good. 1 year, 5 months, 29 days, 1 hour, 8 minutes, and oh my God, that is such a preposterously long amount of time. Welcome back, friend. Welcome back, you know? I've honestly never seen Ghost. I've never seen Ghost. But it's good. Do you know what I mean? It was your birthday the past Saturday. Good Lord. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lola Frosty. Happy birthday to Good Lord. Oh, getting all lightheaded. Happy birthday, Lola Frosty. It used to be one long note, and then we realized that was overstimulating for some people. So it was like, right, let's mix this up. Let's mix this up and make it up and down and all of the happy birthdays. Welcome back, Ruby. How was your stream, Ruby? Was it great? Was it wonderful? Was it glorious? You know what I mean? Yeah, friends, we're going to be deep diving into the origins of ghosts today, because I'm damnably intrigued by the origins of all monsters. Like, for example, let's take an example of when we looked into vampires. We found out that vampires started as a type of wraith, as a type of ghost themselves. And then it was only in like the Victorian period, when science was taking a prevalent role, that scientists went, this is preposterous. A ghostly creature could not possibly exist. If a creature has come back from the dead and needs to obtain the sustenance of a person's soul, they must do it in physical form. An undead creature that drinks blood. So it was science that made the vampire what it is today. That's what we found out. That's what we found out. Damnably intriguing, was it not, eh? Damnably intriguing. So yeah. So that is what we are looking at today. That's what we're delving deep into. And if that's not for you, that is perfectly fine. Go do what you need to do. Your life must always come first, and I will never, ever, ever hold it against you, all right? Ruby, once again, thank you so much for bringing all your people in here. And again, Ruby, if you need to disappear off, if you need to go grab a snaffly treat, some delightful beverage, go and do what you need to do, you beautiful being. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for bringing it. You literally could have picked anybody, and you chose this level of absolute mayhem, all right? So yeah, so we have basically just looked at the definition, according to Britannica.com, of the ghost. A ghost, soul or spectre of a dead person, usually believed to inhabit the netherworld and to be capable of returning in some form to the world of the living. According to descriptions or depictions provided by believers, ghosts may appear as living beings or as nebulous likenesses of the deceased, or occasionally in other forms. Belief in ghosts is based on the ancient notion that human spirit is separable from the body and may maintain its existence after the body's death. In many societies, funeral rituals are believed to prevent the ghost from haunting the living. And then it talks about haunted places, but we'll get into that momentarily. Tales of specific ghosts are still common in living folklore worldwide. The telling of the elaborately grisly ghost stories, often in settings enhanced by darkness or thunderstorms, is popular pastime in many groups, particularly among children. I personally am a massive, massive fan of the spooky shit. I have to say, I'm a massive fan of the spooky shit. Yeah, look away, Ruby. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really, really do. You beautiful, beautiful bean. I love the spooky shit. I love spooky stuff. And I am a big fan of that kind of thing. I'm more into cosmic horror than traditional horror, but last Halloween, I basically got really into old black and white movies. So I was like, let's fucking go. The spooky shit, technical term. Yep, that's right. I am a professional. Professional bullshitter? Does that work? Is that all right? Okay, that work? Okay, let's have a look. See. In folklore, a ghost is the soul or the spirit of a dead person or non-human animal that is believed to be able to appear to the living. In ghost lore, descriptions of ghosts are vary widely even, from an invisible presence to a translucent or barely visible wisp. Shapes to be realistic life form, wispy shapes to realistic lifelike forms. The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as necromancy, or in spiritism, a seance. Because, you can't put the romance in necromancy, right? Other terms associated with the apparition are hauntings, phantom, poltergeist, that kind of thing. The belief in the existence of an afterlife, as well as manifestations of the spirits of the dead, is widespread, dating back to animism. Animism is the belief that objects, places, and creatures all possess a distinct spiritual essence. Animism perceives all things, animals, plants, rocks, rivers, weather systems, human handiwork, and in some cases words, as being animated and having agency and free will. Okay. Or ancestor worship in pre-literate cultures even. Certain religious practices, funeral rites, exorcisms, and some practices of spiritualism and ritual magic are specifically designed to rest the spirits of the dead. Ghosts are generally described as solitary, human-like essences through those stories of ghostly armies and the ghosts of animals and... oh my lordy. Ghostly armies and ghosts of animals other than humans have also been recounted. They are believed to haunt particular locations, objects, or people that they were associated with in life. According to a 2009 study by Pew Research Center, 18% of Americans...
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you very much for the follow, beautiful bean. 18% of Americans say they have seen a ghost. There we go. However, there is, to date, no scientific evidence to prove that they exist. Or no widely accepted scientific evidence to prove they exist. I watch Ghost Adventures. I am open-minded but extremely skeptical. Do you know what I mean? And thank you so much for all these follows, by the way, people. I really do appreciate them. How do you feel about Edgar Allan Poe? I feel like Edgar Allan Poe had some really interesting Gothic literature that tantalized my soul when I was a younger person. Although I don't really know too much about Edgar Allan Poe personally, but I know that his death was mysterious. I do love The Raven, but I think every fucking goth loves The Raven. Do you know what I mean? You look like a cat who tasted something disgusting. Accurate, to be fair. Job title, professional of what? Yes, that correct. Yes, that's me. Do you know what I mean? Always knew my PC was alive. Yeah, so that's an interesting one. Animism. I suppose like animism also has roots in stuff like, or more specifically, stuff like homeopathy has its roots in animism. Because homeopathy obviously has a large variety of people that believe in a lot of different things. But when you start talking about like water having memory and stuff like that, that's when you start getting into the realms of like animism origins and stuff. How's it going, Nibiru and Hello, you beautiful bean? Love his writings. My favorite is The Telltale Heart. I really enjoyed Edgar Allan Poe. I did a project on Edgar Allan Poe when I was in university. We did a theatrical performance of Tar and Feather back in the day. Oh god, that was good. So I know quite a few of the tales. For me, I prefer the universe, not necessarily the stories, but the universe of H.P. Lovecraft. Obviously, H.P. Lovecraft was an extremely problematic person and really, really quite xenophobic. But the fact of the matter is, the universe that he created, especially as it's been adapted in modern day, I find super fascinating. Super, super fascinating, you know? Okay. Beyond the terminology, okay. Says overwhelming consensus of science is there is no proof of ghosts exists. That ghosts exist. Their existence is impossible to falsify. And ghost hunting has been classified as a pseudoscience. Despite centuries of investigation, there is no scientific evidence, and I say that with inverted commas because a lot of people that do ghost hunting consider the evidence they receive to be scientific. That any location is inhabited by the spirits of the dead. Historically, certain toxic and psychoactive plants, such as Datura and Hyos cyamus, who has long been associated with necromancy in the underworld, have been shown to have anticholineric, there's my words, come on, we can do it, compounds that are pharmacologically linked to dementia, as well as historical patterns of neurodegeneration. Okay. So, if you're necromantic, prepare for your brain to do things that it really shouldn't. And for all your loved ones to have a very tough time of things. You know? Okay, let's look at some of the OG stuff. Some of the anthropological stuff. I'm struggling with my words today, apparently. Do you know what I mean? You go to Charleston, South Carolina, you can visit the fort where Poe served in the Army during the Civil War. Oh, they have a Poe-themed restaurant. That's really cool. I love that. Water having memory. So, I haven't dug too deeply into it, Lolo Frosty, but there is certain variety or certain teachings in certain styles of homeopathy, as I understand it, that talks about things having memory, specifically stuff like water. So I don't want to do it wrong. I don't want to misquote it because I don't like to misquote things and what have yous. But it goes along the lines of water having the memory of things it has been used for before and therefore can be used for more effective healing if blended with certain oils and stuff like that. That's how I understand it, but I haven't dug into it, so please do not quote me on it, you know? You know, did an entire report and presentation on Poe in 7th grade. Also moved into Lovecraft. Yeah, in high school. Yeah. They use water having memory in the second Frozen movie. Really? That's an interesting one. I feel sorry. I genuinely feel sorry. If water has memory, if I am, like, I do not believe it does, but if I am incorrect and it does, I feel sorry for water, because water has been consumed by many and pissed out by many across the centuries. You know? So, yeah, I genuinely feel sorry for it. You know? Genuinely feel sorry for it. Viltrikin, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual, you? You cheeky devil, you. Right, okay, let's have a look at the anthropological context, okay? A notion of transcendence, supernatural or numinous, usually involving entities like ghosts, demons, or deities, is culturally universal. Which is to say that it comes from a variety of different human cultures worldwide and has taken together the whole body of cultural universals is known as the human condition. So ghosts, or so to speak, the origins of ghosts is part of the human condition, because much like we have seen, like vampirism has come from like Eastern European countries, and then like the witches was just learned people who have grown, who basically got demonized during the 1600s. Like the concept of ghosts, the concept of spirits roaming the land has come from a variety of different cultures, like pre-literate cultures, throughout human history by the looks of things, which means it's had multiple origins, which is in itself really, really interesting. And that is something that a lot of other types of pseudoscience, which is to say like stuff like ancient aliens and stuff like that, the whole idea of, oh, well, there's like pyramids all over the world, so they must have a common ancestor. Like that dynamic is extremely narrow-minded, because it completely usurps the entire concept of human beings being able to create things completely independently of each other, based on the fact that the pyramid is the perfect way for a like historic and ancient culture to build something big and tall, you know. How's it going, Filter Green? Yeah, it's been a long time. Very busy with a new job. Entirely fair. Fully understand. As always, you know me. Life's got to come first, friend. Life's got to come first. But I hope you're doing well. I hope the new job's treating you okay. You know, pretty nails and a gorgeous streamer. Oh, Scorpio, Queen of the Occult. Welcome on in. We're talking about the occult today, so welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Yeah, the nails are feeling very pretty today. They're magnetic, so they change in the light, you know. Puts a water memory YouTube in the Discord in the science. That is cool. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Nibirin. I'll check that out later on. I am intrigued by it, but I can't say I believe it, you know. But then there's a lot of things that I don't believe that other people do, and I won't criticize other people's beliefs, you know. Correlation is not causation. Exactly. Also, finding out that the whole ancient aliens thing came about, or the whole ancient aliens in relation to pyramids came about from a white supremacist, because he refused to believe that non-white people could make something like pyramids. Was really enlightening. Really, really enlightening. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you believe that ghosts exist? Ah, Fletcher, good question. Good question. Because I am extremely skeptical. Extremely skeptical. But like 9 times out of 10, I used to work in special effects. I used to work doing special effects for theater companies. And special effects for like film companies and shit like that. I used to do that stuff. So a lot of the time, like I'll see like ghost videos and shit like that, and I'm like, I know how to do that. I know how I would do it if it was on stage. I know how I would do it if it was like behind the film or what have you, behind a camera. I know how I would do it personally. So I'm really, really, really skeptical. However, I have seen things in my life that I can't explain. And I'm not saying that they are ghosts. I'm saying that I can't explain them. You know? I kind of don't want to believe that ghosts exist. Like, I don't want to believe that, because by believing that, that means that not only is there a life after death, which is fine and dandy, but the concept of the fact that you could be trapped by your own negative emotions is fucking horrible. You could be trapped on this plane of existence by your own negative emotions. It's a fucking horrible concept, you know? So I kind of don't want to believe that ghosts exist. I don't really want to believe that. I'm quite happy with the idea of the fact that we all just obliterate ourselves into 1,000 particles, 1,000,000 billion trillion particles, and become one with the universe. You know, if we have some kind of consciousness and are able to float around the universe, that'd be pretty fucking cool. That'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, I kind of don't want to believe that I don't want to believe that ghosts exist, because the concept of what that means is genuinely terrifying. And that's what we call hell. No. Hell is nothingness. Hell is nothing. Like, when people talk about hell, all right, and you know, I've done a lot of this stuff because I studied theology. I've studied I was a fucking teenage goth. Do you know what I mean? I've studied a fair amount of like demonology and shit like that, and people talk about hell, and it's really interesting because they're like, throughout literature and stuff like that, you get a different hell for humans versus a different hell for demons, and it's that I find absolutely fascinating, because hell didn't exist. Like, if you're talking about the Bible, for example, here's me going on a theological rant. You're just gonna have to deal with this for a moment, because I get really passionate about this shit. If you talk about the Bible, for example, okay, the Bible's Old Testament is the Torah, which is the Jewish holy book, and the Bible have adapted the Torah to meet their own needs. All right, within the Bible itself, you know. So you got your Old Testament, which is the Jewish text, and you've got the New Testament, which is the continuation of Christianity and what have you. You know, in the original Jewish text, there is no hell. There's no hell. Hell doesn't exist. Just doesn't exist. But it was invented, or the concept of hell was invented by Christianity in order to give people something to fear, to make them behave. You do this, or you'll go to hell. What's hell like? Oh, well, fire. Fire and brimstone. You'll be burnt alive for all eternity. You know? Organized religion is a sham. Yeah, this is the reason why I say, like, I will never criticize people's faith. If you believe in something, that is between you and your deity. But I will always criticize organized religion, because organized religion is a control structure created by human beings. Human beings for control, you know? Why are people so afraid of nothingness? Because that is the hell for demons. That is the hell for demons. So the hell, according to...
Oh, you followed me. Ooh,
Christianity.
Little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. And there's many iterations of the Bible. So it needs to be said that according to the most popular iterations, like the King James and what have you. And the King James Bible was literally written by the same guy who organized the vast majority of the witch hunts. So you can imagine where his head was at when he was talking about hell. All right. So the concept of hell is a fascinating one, but a lot of people are afraid of the fires. They're afraid of pain. They're afraid of torture. They're afraid of the things that you should be afraid of. However, the hell for demons was described as nothingness. Now, you would think that would bring some description of peace. Well, you don't experience anything, so it must be peaceful, like sleep. But not if you're conscious. If you're completely conscious, you have your wits about you. You have knowledge of the concept of experience. but you can't see anything, can't hear anything, can't smell anything, can't taste anything, can't touch anything, can't sense anything at all, but you still have your brain. That is hell. That is hell. To be stuck with nothing but one's own thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, that's hell. That's the hell for demons. Because at least when you have pain, for example, you have something. And speaking from a completely scientific and fetish point of view, pain can be pleasurable in the right context. You know? Pain could be pleasurable in the right context. So, you know. I run erotic cabarets, friends. So for all those new people that are here, yeah, we talk about that shit. You know? Scariest part of a woman, the boobies. Yeah, it's true. Right? The brain would start to make things up. It doesn't just stand in the void. But what happens if it couldn't? This is the stuff that I used to think about when I was a teenager and scared the fucking shit out of myself. What happens if you couldn't? What happens if the hell was literally the fact that you couldn't do that? You know? Had my own experiences for sure. I have my own theologies, but it's a large topic. Exactly. And that's perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay. You know, I would, like I said, will not criticize somebody's faith between them and their own deity or their own beliefs. Not my place to, and nor would I. Do you know what I mean? That's between you and your beliefs, and that's perfectly fine. But organized religion, yeah, religion is a type of control. Doesn't matter who the religion is, doesn't matter what it's about. It's a type of control. You know. I know there are many places in the USA, some haunted. Same in the world, some like old hospitals, houses from 1600s, 1900s centuries. Yeah, Fletcher. I know that there's a lot of places that are said to be haunted, and I'm fascinated by it. I genuinely am fascinated. How's it going, Abby Stabby? I genuinely am fascinated by the concept of ghosts and ghost hunting. I watch Ghost Adventures. Do you know what I mean? I do find the concept of ghosts and ghost hunting absolutely fascinating. People go check out Abby Stabby. Abby Stabby is a phenomenal human being who I love very dearly. The artist of all of our emotes. Beautiful, beautiful being. Love him very dearly. Go do the thing. Go click that cheeky little follow button. So, yeah, like, I know there's places that are said to be haunted, and I do find the science behind it very, very interesting. But I also am like, the amount of times that I'm like, I see them and they're like, oh, look, we caught this thing. And I look at it and I'm like, that's bullshit. That's really fucking bull. That's just that you didn't catch anything. You are literally you are finding ways to make this stuff fit your narrative, you know? Like there was one that I watched the other day where they were there with their EVP. Used to do ghost hunting and strange stuff happen. I'd be fascinated to do it. I genuinely would be fascinated to do it. But I'm also super aware that I don't want to ruin other people's fun. And I am the kind of person that, like, I would try and work it out using all of my knowledge as somebody who used to run fucking horror events. Do you know what I mean? I used to run things where people would walk through the woods and genuinely be fucking terrified. I used to work all that stuff. That was my shit. Do you know what I mean? That was my bag. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I say, like, there's plenty of shit that's happened in my life that I cannot explain at all. I'm like, fucking hell, how the fuck did that happen? Like, there's yeah, unnerving shit. But I kind of, like I said, don't want to believe. I don't want to believe that ghosts exist, because that opens up an entire door of life after death might tie you here with nothing but regret and negative emotions, you know? The Gansfield effect, as long as the brain is alive, it will either process input or, in the absence of input, make something up. If it really couldn't, I'd wager it would shut down. But that, you see, Nibirin, you see, what you're talking about is a biological brain, as opposed to an ethereal consciousness. Consciousness outside of the brain. Outside of the meat. You know? Ooh. So many more people are dead than alive, it would get crowded. Yeah, exactly. If ghosts were real, then it would technically get crowded. But on the other side of things is then that whole dynamic of what brings people back. But then I suppose that's what we're really looking into. Oh, we will be. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised with a lot of people on the hunts were skeptics. Oh, I'm a massive skeptic. And I've got no doubt that people on the hunts would be skeptics 100%. But I suppose there's a difference, because if it was like just me and some people going on a ghost hunt to a place that was haunted with nobody else there, no tour guides or any of that shit, then I'd be like, okay, let's go and just see what the fuck happens. You know? And that was kind of one of the reasons why I really liked the original series, like the original 4 or 5 series of like Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans, because in those times it was literally a case of, let's just put this shit out there and see what we get. And then they would join the dots between what they get. Do you know what I mean? And I like that stuff, because it was just like, okay, they're literally just casting their fucking reel out there and just seeing what happens. Seeing what occurs. Seeing what they can reel in. You know? And I'm like, do you know what? That's pretty fucking awesome. I like that. I like that as a fucking concept. You know? And then as time goes on and they need something more grand and more wowing and stuff like that, it's like, okay, like, this is getting a bit suspicious. This, like, I can see where you're going, but this is like a bit too dramatic now. It's a bit too tongue-in-cheek. You're biting a lot off here when it doesn't seem like it's something there. Oh, all right, okay, you know? And yeah, I find the science behind ghost hunting absolutely fucking fascinating. Genuinely fascinating. But if I was to go on a tour, for example, if I was to go on a tour, it was like, oh, we're going to go on a ghost hunting tour, I'd be like, okay, what have they set up? What have they set up? Let's have a look. And anything unusual that happened, I'd be like, that's scary, but how did they do it? You know? So I feel like if I was going on a ghost hunt with some other people who were all a little bit skeptical, open-minded but skeptical, then I think that'd be all right. But if I was just going on like a tour to a touristy thing, I'd be like, right, what have they set up? What have they set up? What are they going on here? Do you know what I mean? Wish dragons and fairies and unicorns existed on this plane. I feel like it'd be fucking terrifying if dragons lived on this plane. And fairies, good lord, they are tricksome little bastards. I've read a lot of folklore around this stuff. But yeah, could you imagine? I've been on ghost tour. I didn't feel or see anything. I always wondered if I just wasn't sensitive to it, potentially. But then you also got to remember the power of the mind. Power of the mind. The brain is an extremely powerful thing. And there is literally scientific evidence around like injuries getting worse, injuries appearing out of fucking nowhere because your brain thinks that they should be there, like shit like that. There's scientific evidence around stuff happening like that, because the brain is that fucking powerful. Or things not happening, things healing, all of the miracle, not miracle cures, but like people miraculously recovering out of fucking nowhere for stuff. And it's just like, how the fuck? And it's like, maybe it's just the brain. The brain is extremely fucking powerful. You can literally create and manifest all kinds of wild, peculiar stuff. Like, a lot of my positivity comes from the way that I see things. And it's literally down to perspective. Because I can look at a situation and be like, cool, this is an absolute fucking shitstorm of a situation, but there's the silver lining. And this silver lining is fucking tiny. It's the tiniest fucking silver lining there is, but it is there, you know? And therefore, I go into a situation, a shitstorm of a situation, looking at the silver lining going, okay, this is how I ride this positivity out. Whereas other people are going and be like, fucking hell, look at this shitstorm. Do you know what I mean? Not all of us are tricksy. I mean, you're pretty tricksy though, aren't you, Pixie One? Right? You're pretty tricksy. was doing ghost hunting with a friend. I live in Sweden, so the old castles, and we got contacted by a soldier from the 1700s, some war in Sweden and Denmark. Oh, wow. How did you get contacted, Fletcher? Out of interest. When ghost hunting stream with Peachy, I've been waiting. Nibuin. The thing is that me and Peachy can't decide, like, we couldn't agree on how to do it. Because I feel like Peachy would want to, like, I would want to go in with the equipment and just see what happened. Go into the places that are said to be the most haunted places and just see what happened. Just go in with the gear, see what happened. You know? Whereas I feel like Peachy, from what he said before on his ghost hunting stuff, Peachy would want to go in and create the ghosts. Do you know what I mean? Which, I'd be up for, but I'm like there's part of me that's like, how do we do it? Like, there's a big part of me that was like, it would be really cool to go in and be like, all right, how do we do, like, let's go in and just see what happens. And if nothing happens, great. And if something happens, great. And we'll just see what occurs. And then afterwards be like, okay, so now if we were a ghost hunting team, this is what we would do in order to make it look like ghosts were coming. Sort of like a 2-part series type thing, you know what I mean? Just as there is physical suffering, there is also emotional suffering. Perhaps there is also a different suffering beyond life.
Oh,
God, that terrifies me.
You little stalker.
That fucking terrifies me. I try my best not to think about what happens after death because you can't fucking help it. So why worry about it? You know, I'm very much one of those people that I don't worry about things that I have no control over. I have no control over it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just see what happens. And when it happens, I'll be like, cool, this is the situation. Let's see how I ride this one out. You know? Thank you so much for the follow, by the way. I really appreciate it. I really ham it up. Yeah, they definitely do, Abby Stabby. They definitely do. That's when I want to do the tour multiple times to see if the same things happen. Yeah, Donna Silvio, that would be cool. Doing the same tour multiple times to see if the same shit happens. Yeah, that would be interesting. D-Tune live stream of the ghost hunts with various other streamers. They were fun because faking on live is harder, but they played stuff up, of course. Yeah, of course, for the entertainment. For the entertainment. I watched who the fuck was it? Can't remember. Somebody went into like a ghost house that had been set up by a company, and I was just like, this is an interesting concept, but they shouldn't have got him to do it because he is a YouTuber and therefore absolutely hammed everything up for no reason. You know, the ones you did were overnight. They showed you how to use the equipment, and then you were just left to it, basically. Stay in the building. People would group up and take each area. That's interesting. The organizer were mostly drinking tea and checking the equipment in and out. That, you see, again, I'd be tempted by that. But because it would have been organized by somebody else, I'd be like, right, what have they set up? What have they set up? You know? I've never been to any ghost hunts. I've been to haunted places. And I have seen things at those haunted places that I cannot explain. There was a school in Ireland. An old derelict school. Let me get this. An old derelict school. Yes. I went there with my cousins. It turns out that the school was once an asylum. An asylum for those of an ill-conceived mental disposition, where they experimented to understand the workings of the brain when understandings of the brain were still in their infancy. After that, it became a school, and they had to close it, for so many of the students took their own lives. Yes, friends, I went to that school. We could not get in, for all was locked and barred. But we peeped through the windows, and we peeped through the doors. And there were lights that we could not fully understand where they came from. Chairs that rocked when no breeze seemed to be apparent. Unusual things, friends. But of course, because we couldn't get in, it just meant that we kind of left and didn't worry about it. You know what I mean? What's the difference between an asylum, a prison, and a school? The people that go to it. The people that go to it. You know? I know 2 of the main UK ghost hunting companies. If you ever want to go, I'll come. Fucking deal. Deal, Ruby True. It's providing that we can film it. Providing we can film ourselves doing it. Yeah, deal. I will fucking go with you. 100%. 100%. You can clip it and hold me to it. I am all over that. Let's do it. Very much enjoyed the storyteller mode there. Every so often, you know. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. Anyway, we're talking about ghosts. God damn it. We're talking about ghosts and ghoulies, and we were looking at the anthropological context of ghosts. I mean, we're technically talking about ghosts, but do you know what I mean? You have Ghost Radio with us, so ghosts can answer it from when you would do ghost hunting. Must be open with it. If you are not open, then the ghost will not answer or show where they are. Oh, right, okay, interesting. Can try organizing something for Halloween or something. Definitely do it. Yes, drop me a message. We'll get it sorted. I'm on board it. 100%. Because I am, as always, friends, this community, in the 6 years that I have been streaming, this community has proved me wrong so many times on so many different things. And it's been amazing. I love being wrong. I genuinely love being wrong. Because when I am wrong, it means I'm growing as a person. Okay? It means I am becoming a better human being than I was the day before. Because I have grown. I have learned. I have progressed as a human being to be a better person. So I am all for being proved wrong. But yeah, I would be very skeptical. I would be very, very sketchy. And I'd be like, hold on a minute. These are things they use in theaters. That's a speaker that's literally pumping out the frequency of human flesh that makes your hair stand on end. Is what they use in horror movies, by the way, friends. If you ever got those points where you're watching a horror movie and suddenly you get like goosebumps and the prickles across your skin, that's because they are literally playing the frequency of human flesh.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh,
you know?
You little stalker.
Thank you so much for all these beautiful follows, you glorious beans. You're beautiful and glorious, and I appreciate you all. For sure. For that positive affirmation of life deserves a look at chat. What, this look at chat? Good Lord, look at you. Scandalous individuals coming over here, getting all up in my business. Getting all close and personal. Is it because you're feeling cold? Chilly, almost? Because of all of the spooks and spectres? Well, don't worry. I know something that'll warm you up. Something tantalizing. Something that's a little too hot to handle. Because, friends, the best way to get warm is to grab them by the ghoulies. I can't believe I just said that. That was that happened. That was an occurrence. That was an occurrence. That happened. That was good. Fucking hell. I'm an Exotic. How you doing? Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Call the Ghostbusters. I've experienced that in things that I cannot explain, though both good and bad, relate to people who were close to me but have passed. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done that. Do you know what I mean? You nearly didn't break then? Look, I have had many years of practice. Many years as a human being and a theatrical performer. When you do stuff like pantomime, and for those people outside of the UK, you might not know what pantomime is, but pantomime is a very tongue-in-cheek theatrical form that happens at like Christmas and stuff like that. But one of the big things is always the actors trying to make each other break. Every time. We do it just horrible to each other. It's great. Not sure that makes me open-minded or not. I don't know. The only person that can really call that is you, you know? Best way to get warm, hot cup of tea. I mean, to be fair, it's true. But then the concept of grabbing... It's an ongoing joke. It's like, oh, I hate being grabbed by the ghosties. Oh, I hate being grabbed by the ghoul. Swiftly moving on. Panaheim is tongue in cheek. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. Anyway, where were we? Anthropological contexts of specters, the ghosts. A notion of transcendent supernatural numinous. Oh, yeah, we were talking about how ghosts was one of the few monsters, the myths, the mythical monsters, that has got that is culturally universal, which is to say that it is developed from a variety of different human sources, okay? Like the pyramids. The pyramids are the ones I always go to because pyramid style structures have happened all over the fucking world. That does not mean that they have a common like foundation. All right, it doesn't mean that. It means that human beings have gone, hey, this is how math works, this is how engineering works, this is the easiest way to make a really fucking big structure is by having a massive fucking base. That's just math and engineering. And math and engineering is pretty fucking universal. So it doesn't mean that fucking aliens came down and did all of that stuff because, yeah, we don't buy into that shit. So, yeah. So the idea of specters and spirits, or more specifically, spirits that being detached from the meatbag shells that we all have, has appeared in a variety of different ancestor worship. Like pre-literate folk religions is what they call them. Pre-literate folk religions, the beliefs are often summarized under animism and ancestor worship. Some people believe that the ghosts or spirits never leaves Earth until there is no one left to remember them. Oh! That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. That a ghost sticks around until there is no one left who remembered the person that died. So if I died, then I would be a ghost until everyone forgot who the fuck I was. Which theoretically would explain why some of these ghost stories exist for years and years and years. Like literally people from 200, 300, 400 years ago, because it's like the ghost story stuck around and therefore the ghost attached to the ghost story is stuck around. Interesting concept. In many cultures, malignant, restless ghosts are distinguished from the more benign spirits involved in ancestor worship. Ancestor worship typically involves rites intended to prevent revenants, vengeful spirits of the dead, imagined as starving and envious of the living. Strategies from preventing revenants may either include sacrifice, i.e. giving the dead food and drink to pacify them, or magical banishment of the deceased to force them not to return. Ritual feeding of the dead is performed in traditions like the Chinese Ghost Festival or the Western All Souls Day. Magical banishment of the dead is present in the world's burial customs, and the bodies found in many tumuli have been ritually bound before burial. The customs of binding the dead persists, for example, in rural Anatolia. So all of the stuff that we see in like ancient Egypt and stuff like that for preparing the body for the dead is to speed them on their way to the land of the dead, the afterlife. And a lot of that seems to have been recurring throughout the societies, the different cultures and societies, that are civilizations even, that have built up around ancient pre-literate cultures. The idea of I can understand it because it's like this person is so unbelievably vibrant, they're a human being, I love them in their person and what have you. Is what happens when they die? Well, the body we can see, we know what happens to a body when it dies, but what about the person that they were? Where does that go? And that is a question that's been around literally since the first person cognitively understood what death was, you know? So I can fully understand where the question comes from of what happens after death. And it makes sense that human beings, especially of that day and age, would consider what's the word I'm looking for? They would consider that they may stick around, because the concept of after death is, I mean, realistically speaking, the concept of underworld. Oh Jesus, no! What is the earliest record of an underworld? (700 BC) in Greek mythology, the poet Hesiod's Theogony offered the first written cosmology of or origin story of Greek mythology. So of an afterlife. From why the first written record believed in an afterlife date is from early pre-dynastic Egypt around 3500 BCE. But it is specifically an underworld that I'm looking for. Like a land... Oh, we could do a land of the dead. A land of the dead. Ooh, in 2100 BCE, the dead were granted a plot of land where they were allowed to be. However, there doesn't seem to be like I can't find the earliest recordings of like an underworld specifically. To find out like when it was when was the first time that human beings considered the idea of there was a place for the dead to go, for the spirits of the dead to go. Because you get like so many different cultures where it's like you got like ancestor worship and stuff like that. So like the so many different cultures where it's like we pray to the gods and then we also pray to our ancestors, and our ancestors are the ones that look after us. Our ancestors are the ones that have an invested interest in our lives, because the gods, usually in ancient cultures at the very least, the gods were very fickle. They were fickle creatures, you know? They had no real interest in the lives of mortal beings other than to take the piss and use them for their own games and entertainment, you know? So it makes sense that the idea of ancestors watching over them, because it's like, okay, my ancestors, the spirits of the people that came before me will look out for me, and I will pray to my ancestors to guide me in a positive way. But also, I am aware that when it comes to ghosts, one of the reasons... Fucking hell, where did I read this? I can't remember. One of the reasons why they prepare bodies for burial is to help guide the ghost and stop the ghost from coming back after death. Because if a ghost comes back after death, it's where you get into like the realms of the vampirism origins, where it's like a wraith. It comes back after death and becomes a wraith, and the wraith feeds off the living essence of the family or the village, which means that people get ill and stuff like that. Like Patrick Swayze. I was not expecting that, Mike. I was fucking completely and utterly curveballed that one in there. Jesus Christ. Egypt seems like the first, like to be the first to have the afterlives. Yeah, Egypt definitely, like pre-dynastic Egyptian cultures and understandings, to have an idea of an afterlife, for sure. God, that Patrick Swayze comment was not expecting. And it makes sense they have a lot of sand to have people buried in. Well, this is the thing, like when it comes to like burial and stuff like that, like cultures have had so many different types of burial. It's wild. There are cultures in the world, and I cannot remember who they are for the life of me, off the top of my head, but they literally dig up the dead and bring them round, like, because they mummify the corpses. Then once a year they go get the mummied corpses and bring them into the house and have like a little party around the mummied corpse and then take them back. And it's like, hey, don't worry, you're not missing out on shit. We're still partying for you. And then take them back and put them in their little hole or whatever, their cave and stuff like that. First, I've written record of such. Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. Right, ghosts in the afterlife. Although the human soul was sometimes symbolically or literally depicted in the ancient cultures as birds or other animals, it appears to have been widely held that the soul was an exact reproduction of the body in every feature, even down to the clothing that the person wore. This is depicted in artwork from various ancient cultures, such as including such work as the Egyptian Book of the Dead. We were just talking about ancient Egypt, which shows deceased people in the afterlife appearing much as they did before death, including the style of dress, which makes sense. Because if you are trying to understand a visual representation of the spirit of somebody, when you think of somebody, you are going to think of their image. Do you know what I mean? Have you seen the Agori tribe? I have not, but now I'm going to check them out. A monastic order of ascetic Shaivite sadhus based in Uttar Pradesh, India. Oh, yeah. No, I do know who you mean. Yes. Fuck. Where did I see them? They were on something else. Yeah, aren't they cannibalistic? Or certainly have a reputation for being cannibalistic. Whether they actually are or not is another question entirely. The Agoris are a fascinating, mysterious group of Hindu ascetics who have a distinct and radical approach to spirituality. They challenge the conventional norms and values of society and seek to transcend the limitations of the human condition. They are devoted to Shiva. Shiva is the goddess of... Let me get this right, otherwise my brain... It's been a long time since I've looked into into Hinduism. Shiva Hinduism, because of course there's multiple Shivas throughout the theologies. The supreme being in Shaivism, one of the most traditional within Hinduism. Yeah, Shiva the Destroyer. That's what I thought it was. Shiva is known as the Destroyer within the Trimurti, the Hindu trinity, which also includes Brahma and Vishnu. Okay. Yeah. No, I remember. Oh, no. So it's not just Agori people. It's there are a specific set of Agori monks or Agori monks that are cannibalistic. There we go. That is fascinating. But I know some of the different religions and the way they treat it, because there was definitely who were they called? And I'm sure it was out like India way. I can't remember. There was like a radical movement of a specific religious sect of people that basically went round killing folk because their whole thing was they were trying to create they were trying to make as many people as enlightened as possible, and the way that they considered it was the best way to become enlightened was to die, because as soon as you were released from your fleshy prison, you would join the cosmos and therefore be enlightened. So they basically just went around fucking killing everybody. Yeah, I think it might be the Kali. Yeah. might be them. Yeah, it might be because oh my god, words. There is a connection between the Kali and the Thuggies, which is Thuggee, which is where we, as I don't know whether it's anywhere else in the world, but we as British people get the word thug, because basically the Thuggies went round beating the fuck out of people and killing them, and that is an Indian Thuggee are actions and crimes carried out by thugs, historically organized gang of professional robbers and murderers in India. The English word thug traces its roots into the Hindi, which means swindler or deceiver. Related words are the verb thugna, to deceive, and from the Sanskrit, cunning, sly, and fraudulent. The term describing the murder and robbery of travelers was popular in the northern parts of Indian subcontinent, especially northern and eastern regions of India. Kali is the major Hindu goddess with the time, change, creation, power, destruction, and death in Shaktism. Or Shaktism, should I say? First of 10 Madhva Hindu tantric tradition. We're going super off topic here, but yeah, Kali is the mother goddess of lots. If I remember correctly, she is the mother goddess of time, change, creation, power, destruction, and death. And yeah. Because yes, fucking yes, because it was the Kali, or the followers of Kali more specifically, who let me show you. So it was the followers of Kali, and I remember now because I remember fucking watching this thingies. The word thug is used in USA also. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, the word thug originates from thuggy, or thugs that used to do thuggy, which is crimes revolving around brutality, effectively, you know. So this is Kali, who is the goddess, and her hands are always her hands are always red with the blood of her enemies, and she wears a necklace of human heads, and this is like an ongoing it was a major thing where basically a certain sect of the followers of Kali were going around killing people and cutting their heads off to provide them enlightenment and deliver their heads to the goddess Kali to add to her necklace or something along those lines. It was a really weird, interesting thing. It was really interesting, really weird and interesting for sure. Plus the transition. Oh yeah, you've got to have the old curtains going, you know. Got to have the old curtains going. Okay, yeah. So we're talking about that stuff. Let me cross my legs and sit like a bisexual on my chair and get back to it. Do you know what I mean? The Hindu goddess Kali. Yeah. And that's why the Egyptians would put false body parts with a body who was missing that part, so there'd be a full person in the afterlife. Oh, really? That's really interesting. I did not know that. I genuinely had no idea about that. That's fascinating. We looked a lot into Egyptian when we did our deep dive on the curse of the mummy, because I know a bit about like Egyptian mummification, but it was the curse of the mummy that I was super fascinated about. So we did a deep dive into that, and it basically came down to the fact that the reason why the curse of the mummy exists is because of the British press. The great British media. decided that these people died in a suspicious fashion, and therefore there must be curses on the tombs. Now, there was curses on the tombs, but they were more like a security measure to stop grave robbers. It wasn't actually anything other than that. It was purely the British media. Also, did you know that mummies, as in mummified bodies, parts of mummy, were used in medicine right into the 1900s? So a lot of mummies were robbed from graves and like powdered. They were literally ground up into powder and like sold to apothecaries and places like that. And paint, yeah. So there is a fair chance, if you ever find an old stash of medicine, that there's a dead person in there somewhere. That's why there are many mummies with wooden phalluses, to give them ginormous peni in the afterlife. I don't think I'd want a ginormous one. It would end up hurting somebody. Anyway. Where was he? The fear of ghosts. While deceased ancestors are universally regarded as venerable and often believed to have continued presence in some form of life, some form of afterlife, the spirit of a deceased person that persists in the material world, a ghost, is regarded as an unnatural or undesirable state of affairs, and the idea of ghosts, or revenants, as they are often known, is associated with the reaction of fear. It's universally the case in pre-modern folk cultures, but fear of ghosts also remains an integral aspect of modern ghost stories, gothic horror, and other horror fiction when dealing with the supernatural. The common attributes, another widespread belief concerning ghosts, is that they are composed of a misty, airy, or subtle material. Anthropologists link this idea to early belief that ghosts were the person within the person, the spirit person, or the person's spirit, most noticeably the ancient cultures as a person's breath. Oh, that's interesting. So the reason why they have this floaty appearance, as it were, mist-like appearance, is because of the concept of a person's life is their breath. And when they have their last breath, that is them giving out the last bit of their life. How you doing, Finch? Hello, you beautiful bean. The belief is also fostered by a metaphorical meaning of breath in certain languages, such as the Latin spiritus and the Greek pneumer, which by analogy became extended to mean the soul. In the Bible, God is depicted as the synthesizing Adam as a living soul, from the dust in the earth and the breath of God. Oh, shit. Fucking love this stuff. In many traditional accounts, ghosts were often thought to be deceased people looking for vengeance or imprisoned on earth for bad things that they did during life. The appearance of a ghost has often been regarded as an omen or a portent of death. Seeing one's own ghostly double, or fetch. Finch comes in here and Fetch is on here. Is related to the omens of death. The White Lady, we were talking about the White Lady a couple of weeks ago, were reported to appear in many rural areas and supposed to have died tragically or suffered trauma in life. White Lady legends are found around the world. Common to many is the theme of losing a child or a husband and a sense of purity, as opposed to the Lady in Red, who is a ghost that is mostly attributed to the jilted lover or a prostitute. A White Lady ghost is often associated with the individual family line or regarded as a harbinger of death, similar to a banshee. We're going to look into banshees another time because the whole banshee thing is fascinating to me. Very specifically, the wail of a banshee and where that all comes in. But, you know. Right. Okay. The history. Because I am intrigued. I am really genuinely interested in what is the earliest form, the earliest like depiction of a ghost, so to speak. Because it's all very well turning around and going, oh, they appeared from nearly every culture, and it's like, yeah, they probably fucking did. Like, given the way that we humans think about things, and the fact that even within all human experience and all of the neurodiversities in the world, we still have certain common factors that grow with us, you know. But the idea of ghosts appearing from so many different places is one thing, but what is the earliest record of a ghost, you know? How's it going, Kino Wolfie? Hello, you cheeky devil. I think I read something that Egypt is also liked uranium, also the highly radiation type material in which there was also tombs, so excessive exposure would cause ill effects to researchers. To be fair, back in the day, they didn't know what radioactive concepts were. It was only in the 40s that they really did. I want to say 40s, I might be wrong, but they really did like proper deep dive, interesting knowledge of exposure to radioactive materials, you know? It reminds me of something, could have been anything to do with the China's Jiangxi. The Chinese vampires, they trick people by their breath. So from what I understand, the Jiangxi, they fed off, much like the ancient. So when we did the vampire deep dive, Music Man, I can't remember if you were there or not, but we basically did the deep dive on the vampires, and we discovered that they basically came from Eastern Europe, and they were wraiths. They were ghosts of people that came and fed off the living essence of the village, the living essence of the people, and it was only later on when science came around where they were like, well, obviously it couldn't be the living essence. That makes no fucking sense. But the church says that our spirit is within our blood, so they must be drinking blood. That's basically where that all came from. However, from what I understand with the Jiangxi, they feed off qi because their understanding of life force was different from the Western understanding. The Western understanding of life force was very much brought around by the church, and the church, like, they would say, like, you would do a bleeding and stuff like that, where you would give out loads and loads of your blood or what have you, as you just do a bleeding, and that would lead you to a certain level. It would lead you to be closer to God. There's a lot of things around that, but anyway, but the reason why is because you are letting so much of your spirit go to God that you would be getting closer and closer and closer to him. Or them, or whatever. The Jiangxi, or certainly the within the Eastern realms of things, the Chinese area, they believed in stuff like qi. And qi was a force, and a force that lived within people, as I understand it. So, whereas the scientists or the people of learning in the Western world were like, you're feeding off life essence. That makes sense because the life essence, as we understand it, is blood. So vampires must feed off blood. Whereas the Jiangxi was the other way around. It was like, you feed off life essence. As we understand it, or the people of China understood it, life essence was qi. And therefore they fed off qi, which I believe had a lot to do with the breath in a lot of their belief system. We can look into it at some other stage, but yeah, like it's a fascinating one. Thank you very much. How's it going, J2? How you doing, you beautiful bean? One ice cream you described earlier with the cinnamon and nuts. Oh lordy, all of the ice creams. So when you give someone CPI, you are giving them your lifestyle in accordance with ancient beliefs. Yes. In accordance with ancient beliefs, yes. You wouldn't breathe into somebody else's mouth because you would be sharing your spirit with them. But on the other side of things, that also brings an extra level of sentimental romance with lovers that you have. Because you would be breathing into each other's faces. You'd be kissing each other, the breath of life. You know? So the whole association with the red and the street worker that ties into the scarlet letter of adultery. Oh, yeah. Like oh, God. Okay. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. Okay. So if you're going to start talking about like the lady in red versus the white lady, you're talking about pure and innocent versus And let's be very clear about this. We are delving into the realms of hideous misogyny. Hideous misogyny. You're talking about blood on the sheets is effectively what you're talking about, which is the idea that when a person with a vulva first has penetrative sex, they bleed.
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Well, the idea that when a person with a vulva first has sex, they bleed on the sheets because you break the hymen, and the hymen is led to be believed it's a purity seal. Friends, it's not a purity seal. That's full of fucking shite. I literally did an entire fucking seminar on virginity. In fact, I think it might still be a command. There it is. There you go. There you go. Virginity is a myth. Virginity is complete and utter fucking bullshit. If you want to know more about it, the YouTube link is there. Go check it out. Go check it out. It's all bullshit. It's all complete and utter. It's society's way of oppressing women. Effectively, it's ancient society's way of oppressing women that has come through to modern society. It's all bullshit. But the idea of blood on the sheets. The only way you can tell somebody was pure was by having sex with them. Pure was by having sex with them and them bleeding on the sheets. And them bleeding on the sheets meant that they were no longer pure, which is the reason why it's scarlet. The woman in red, the scarlet lady, that whole thing. It's the color of blood. And it all comes down to that absolute fucking bullshit of the controlling bullshit of virginity, and the fact that virginity doesn't exist in the way that people think it does. So a woman in white would be a clean sheet, and therefore somebody who had never been touched by a penis. A woman in red is obviously somebody who has been touched an awful lot because evidently blood on the sheets. You know? So yeah. That's basically what it comes down to. Let's be honest about this. That's what it comes down to. You know? Can have when you're sleeping, you wake up outside your body and you see yourself. Seems confusing, but it is possible. So I mean, the whole out of body experiences are a fascinating concept because I've had dreams where it's been third person, where I've been behind myself, watching myself do shit like in a computer game, you know? Vaginas don't have a freshness seal. They do not, at all. Insert sarcasm here. Then why did all those Shirley Temples I drank as a kid not get me drunk? Yeah, exactly right. Not going to apologize for my statement question, but thank you for answering. I was not thinking of blood on the sheets when I was thinking of Larry in red. But that's you don't have to apologize by any stretch of imagination, but that is what it comes down to. The red light district. It's all very red and shady. And the reason why we associate it with eroticism. The Moulin Rouge. Literally, rouge is in the name. You know? And it's blood. It's blood. Do you know what I mean? Blood. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. And the thing that people associate with it is, oh, well, you know, when you take a girl's virginity, she's going to bleed. And it's like, not if you do it right. Or it's unlikely if you do it right. Not saying it's not going to, but I'm saying that there are ways that it cannot happen. Like, for example, if the person with the vulva has damaged it previously in time. You know? If they've had, they've been horse riding, done gymnastics, had a fall, ridden a bicycle. All of these things can break the hymen, you know? As if they cared about doing it right. Oh, yeah, let's not be 100% about this. Yeah, 100%. He says, sitting in a blood-colored room. I love my blood-colored room. But I'm also very gothic. Lord knows how long it took to learn anything on the subject due to lack of education. But if this is a series, I'm quite interested in it. Though, as in the Mythical Mondays, Amanet Soxty? The thing we're doing right now, or are you talking about the seminars I did about virginity and what is sex and all that jazz? I thought a woman was a virgin until she married. Where have I heard this? In every religion ever. Ever. For alcohol, a glass of pisang ambon with orange and ice. I'm a brandy person. I've got really into brandy. Normally, I'm a vodka person. I fucking love vodka. If I'm going out on a night out, then I'm going for a vodka. But I have got into brandy recently. And when I say recently, in the past couple of years. But I've been drinking since I was 14 years old. So actually, I've been drinking since I was 10. I've been clubbing since I was 14. So yeah, I've had a lot of experience. Those who are taught not to do it are never taught that they can do it wrong because they're not taught. Oh yeah, God no. The education system around sex and stuff is fucking outrageous. Do you know what I mean? The education vid that you linked and any others you've made, but this mythology, myth studies also well. So the educational video is on... Is it that one? No. So I have a YouTube channel called Thirst and Vanity. So on there, you will be able to get a load of my sex ed stuff. I try to do weekly videos around sex ed and hedonistic lifestyle because I believe that every person should live life for pleasure, live life for the things that make them smile, so long as it's not damaging anybody else and it's all between consenting adults. Thank you very much, Nibrin. Yeah, we also do the Thirsty Word podcast, which is a sex education podcast. And then the VODs of this are on VODs and Vanity, which is the thing. But I'm tempted to condense these down into like 20-minute videos, 20-minute, half-hour videos, so that I can like teach people about this stuff in a more concise way. Because watching a fucking 3-hour VOD is something that a lot of people are going to really struggle with, you know? It took so long for me to be informed about my own asexuality. You mean you weren't told that you could be an asexual individual without any kind of prejudice, and you haven't found the right person yet, or any of the other bullshit they throw at you? Yeah, you're allowed to be an asexual person. You're allowed to not enjoy sex, or only enjoy sex with a specific type of person, with a specific partner that you've formed an emotional bond with. You're also completely possible to have sex without having that emotional bond because you enjoy sex, but without the sex drive, as it were, you know? There's a whole thing about asexuality. I should probably do a video on asexuality at some stage, but it's a fascinating spectrum within the LGBTQIA. Plus, naturally. Would have benefited so much from understanding this sooner. Yeah, they don't teach you about virginity not existing because by teaching you that virginity does exist, they control you. They control you longer because you have more concern about who you give your virginity away to and all that shit. And I get it. Like, I feel like you should have your first sexual experience with somebody that you trust. Like my view, I don't fucking care about virginity. Virginity doesn't fucking exist. But at the end of the day, sex is an experience, and you should only have sex with people that you trust. People that you want to share that experience with, that you want to have those moments with. That's what I genuinely believe. It's like, doesn't matter who it is, you should, especially the first time, especially, fucking hell, you wouldn't, like, fucking anything else. You wouldn't go out drinking alone for the first time. Do you know what I mean? You don't go out drinking alone for the first time. You go out drinking with some friends that you know. Do you know what I mean? The vast majority of first experiences that you have are with people that you know and you trust and you appreciate as things. So sex should be exactly the same. Sex should be exactly the same. You know, and if that means waiting for fucking marriage, then wait for marriage. If it means like shagging your best mate, then shag your best mate. You know? We have the permissions. You do have the permissions, Nibrin. You do indeed have the permissions. In the Egypt, men were the givers of life rather than women, which is interesting. But Donna Silvio isn't that the reason why like the pharaoh used to jack off into the Nile? There was this whole thing about the pharaoh masturbating into the Nile in order to provide good fish hauls throughout the year, if I remember correctly. The hypocrisy of being told not to do it, and when you don't want to do it for given any reason, you're instantly wrong. Oh, yeah. Because it's all about control. You've got to understand it. It's not about anything else other than... I mean, fucking hell, it's literally still happening in this day and age. Literally still happening in this day and age where people are not given autonomy, especially people with vulvas, are not given autonomy over their own bodies because it's not about you, it's about control.
It's a raid.
You know?
Flee!
Good lordy. Ladies and gentlemen, all gems outside and between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Who do they think they are? The absolute audacity, I tell you. The scandal, the preposterousness. How dare you?
Little stalker.
How very dare you? Oh, thank you very much for the follow. How dare you, Jay Britone? Coming in here, getting all up in my business. How you doing, Jay? How's it going? Welcome on in, friends. How you doing? Gather on round. How's things? Prepare for adventure. What was Jay up to today? What was Jay doing today? I know that Jay usually has to raid and run and go and disappear and do all the bits and pieces. What was Jay up to today? Tell me all of the things, you beautiful beans. Tell me all of the things.
Subscribed. Most kind.
You doing some Elden Ring? Oh, shit. Were you doing some kind of challenge run or something like that? Something along those lines? Tell me more. Sales!
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Raiding and running as I got a meeting. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Friends of mine, go check out Jay Britton. Jay Britton is a phenomenal voice actor, a very good friend of mine, an absolute fucking legend of a human being. If you find this kind of content entertaining, not necessarily the education side of things, but the absolute sheer shits and giggles, you will find Jay Britton entertaining. Jay Britton's a fucking hilarious individual who makes me cackle. Cackle in a possibly unhealthy fashion. All right? Sales, you cheeky little shit, you. Coming in here, as soon as you get in here, you're throwing cheeky little subscriptions everywhere. Good Lord! Allow me to inscribe their names upon the mirror vein. Oh my lordy, hold on, I've got 5 of them. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking. Thank you so much for these follows, by the way, friends. I appreciate it. First one. The second one was to Fenny Fen Fen, who has been in the chat, so we can say hi to you. The third one. The fourth one. And the fifth one.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. All of you beautiful individuals, if you are here in chat and you are not lurking, please say a massive, massive, massive thank you to Sales, because Sales has been kind enough to give those subs to you. Sales, thank you so much, you glorious bean. I've inscribed their names upon the mirror of vein, which means they get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But goddamn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? You cheeky devils, you. Sales, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much, you beautiful individuals. Tier 3 of the bum pictures? No, Tier 4. You've got to be a Tier 4 subscriber in order to get the bum Snapchat, all right? That's the way it works. Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas, individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave. For I am a colossal filth wizard. I don't be corrupting the ears of the young. What have you done, Barbs? What have you done, Bob? Bob Dreams! The alert didn't go off, but I saw it. I saw it. Friends, could you throw some egos in chat? Say a massive thank you to Bob Dreams, because they have literally just donated. Thank you so much, you beautiful individual. I'm aiming to get to TwitchCon. I'm aiming to get it all sorted. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you, you glorious bean. That's very, very kind of you. I'm going to throw you out some egos myself to get the train going. Oh, no! Nibrin's already on it. And what was Jay up to today? What was Jay up to in Elden Ring today? I know that you were in Elden Ring, but what were you doing? What were they up to? Tell me about it. Tell me all the bits and pieces. Friends, today we are doing a deep dive into ghosts, the origins of ghosts, because we do a monthly stream where once a month we look into the origins of a specific type of monster.
You little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I really appreciate it. We are looking into the origins of a specific type of monster. We've done vampires, werewolves, witches, Krampus, succubus, leprechauns, zombies, and the curse of the Egyptian mummy. So today we're looking at ghosts. We're looking at where the origins of ghosts came from, and we have found so far the idea of spirits.
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much, you beautiful beings. Welcome on in. That's the reason why I'm dressed like Vincent Price today. If we're going to talk about ghosts and monsters and shit, I'm going to dress like Vincent Price, okay? I just need the little pencil mustache, and I've been fucking on it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Today, so far we've discovered that basically ghosts are one of the very few creatures that has what they call is universally cultural, which is to say that it comes from multiple origins from pre-literate human cultures. So before they wrote everything down, the idea of spirits was a thing. Once somebody dies, they then go on to a concept of afterlife, whether that be wandering around or what have you. A lot of idea about the breath of a person, which is the reason why ghosts are so wispy and airy and misty, is because of the idea that the spirit is tied to the breath. In the Bible, when God built Adam, he breathed life into him, that kind of thing, you know? So that's why those elements, but there is an entire aspect of like ancestors and ancestor worship, and the ancestors helping and guiding you, but then also ancestors that are pissed off with you because you didn't do what you were fucking told, like basically causing you ailments. You know, you're the Vincent Price substitute. Exactly, I'm a Vincent Price substitute. It's all grand and dandy. You know. He let chat tell him where to go. He killed 3 bosses. Good. He let chat tell him where to go. You people, he trusted you. Jay Britton trusted you people with his game. Oh. He's a braver man than I. Braver man than I. I couldn't imagine trusting you lot with the way that I guided my game. Oh, good lord. Scandalous. Scandalous, if I do say so myself. Good lord. What do you like, eh? What do you like? Friends, if any of you need to disappear off, I know that Jay's had to raid and run, but if any of you need to disappear off and go grab a snaffly treat, go grab some kind of delightful beverage, go do what you need to do, you glorious beings. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in here. I really, really, really appreciate all of the follows. But yeah, go and do what you need to do, you glorious individuals, all right? I'm an exalty. You scandalous individual. How dare you? How dare you? Thank you, you beautiful beans. We have officially reached the goal. Which means I am one step closer to going to TwitchCon EU. I'm not going to TwitchCon US, I'm afraid, Alpaca Lunchu. One day I'll get over there when things become slightly more lucrative. I will get over there and I will happily come and party with all of you, you beautiful beans. But yeah. It's so close, I had to help you finish. I really appreciate it, Amanet Socty. If there's one thing I absolutely love, it's when other people help me finish. I couldn't help it, all right? You set it right up. You set it right up. What was I meant to do in this situation, okay? This is the reason why I'm not a Twitch ambassador. Shit. There was no other choice. There was no other choice. There was no other choice. Van swings and it goes right over to the right side. The right side wall. It's a home run. You know it. I mean, it's a good finish is nice, especially when you have a helping friend. Helping hand. Exactly. Exactly, Todd. To be honest with you. And Pamela Henderson here. That's it. You fucking set me off, all right? You set me off. Good lord. What do you like? Bill Wizard, how you doing, you spectacular specimen of humankind? They should create a Twitch sex ambassador. You'd be perfect for that. I'd take it. I'd take it. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to lie to you. I may have applied. I may not have. Who knows? People go check out Bitwizard. Bitwizard is a wonderful, wonderful bean. If you love your retro games, especially like your JRPG style games, go and check out Bitwizard. Glorious, glorious individual. I was hanging out in your stream earlier on while you were playing Parasite Eve. I was just chilling while I had a cup of tea. How are you doing, Bitwizard? Thank you very much for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Take the opening that was presented to you, Kino Wolfie. I often do. It has to be said. You know. Fucking hell. God damn it. Alpaca Lunjuru, come here, cheeky devil. Come here, you. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual? And Little England chick. God damn it. Coming in here with all these beautiful new people and claiming a vanity promo, which means that channel point wise, I need to tell you more about myself. Shit. Friends. We've talked a lot about my YouTubes and shit, so ignore them. Friends, I have a whole load of different social medias. If you happen to be on those social medias, then I would appreciate it if you went and checked me out. Instagram, you see a lot of my pretty face and me talking about whimsical facts about sex. Twitter, you see usually go live posts and occasional rants about bits and pieces. TikTok, you will definitely see a lot of me talking about whimsical facts about sex and other whimsical musings about the concept of life, the universe, and everything. My YouTube, Thirst and Vanity, is all sex education and hedonistic bullshit, and Facebook is there. It's there. It's around. It's there, you know. No worries, Amiva. If you need to disappear off, go do your thing. I appreciate you, you beautiful bean. Go. I'll see you around, I'm sure. I have no doubt we'll catch each other again in the future, all right? All right? Go do what you need to do. And that goes for all of you beautiful beans. If you need to disappear off, I appreciate you. Go do what you need to do, okay? Right. We are looking into ghosts today. We've been deep delving. Good night. See you later, Amiva. You take it easy, beautiful bean. We've been deep diving into ghosts and the history of ghosts. And we've talked about like what ghosts are, where they, like the fact that they came from multiple different varieties, they're different areas and stuff.
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking, but I appreciate you nonetheless. We've talked about like the one of the original forms of the underworld was ancient Greek tradition, or so we understand it to be. And the fact that multiple different human cultures have a concept of spirits leaving their bodies and being separate from their meaty shells, as it were. But like you, thank you very much, Scotty. I bought a house because it was number 69 and decorated it like Prince Fuck the Moulin Rouge. Every single one of these mirrors is an ode to my beautiful community, because every single one of them is covered in writing. Every single time somebody subscribes, I write their name on a mirror, and we've been doing this for fucking 5 years now. So we got a lot of mirrors in here. We got a lot of mirrors going on. Do you know what I mean? See you later, Amnet Sokti. You take it easy. Go make a pot of coffee back in a few. No, go do what you need to do. Bad and Goat and Val and Vane have been friends for a while I met a farmer because of the latter. I appreciate that. I'm glad. Bab and Goat is good people. Early Central American cultures have some pretty interesting mythologies regarding ghosts and spirits. Yeah. Well, this is what we're like.
You subscribed. Most kind.
This is what I'm absolutely fascinated about, Bitwizards, to be honest with you. This is what I'm absolutely fascinated about is, like I said, we've been deep diving into all of these different monsters and stuff, like vampires and stuff like that. But it's like, ghosts are so universal. Where did they come from? Turns out, multiple different places, because we all understood the concept of spirituality, or we all understood the concept of spirits, as it were, you know? Chic Shake, you cheeky devil. Look at you coming in here subscribing with a cheeky new tier 1 subscription. By having your name on the mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. And thank you very much for being a paid subscriber and taking us that one step closer to the 70-30 split, you beautiful bean. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very, very much, you beautiful bean. You know? Cheeky Chick Shake. Say that 3 times fast. Cheeky shake shake. Cheeky shake shake. No, I can't. It lied to me. It lied to me. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at the origins. Like, what are the earliest documented elements of ghosts? All right. So there are many references to ghosts in Mesopotamian religions. The religions of Sumer, Babylon, Assyria, and other states in Mesopotamia. Traces of these beliefs survive in the later Abrahamic religions that became to dominate the region. Ghosts were thought to be created at the time of death, taking on the memory and personality of the dead person. They traveled to the netherworld, where they were assigned a position and led an existence similar in some ways to that of the living. Relatives of the dead were expected to make offerings of food and drink to the dead to ease their conditions. If they did not, the ghosts could inflict misfortune and illness on the living. Traditional healing practices ascribed a variety of illnesses to the actions of ghosts, while others were caused by gods or demons. That's really interesting. So within ancient understandings of like medicine, so to speak, it's like, oh, this is an illness caused by a ghost, caused by a disappointed ancestor, as opposed to a vengeful god or a demonic force. There's a widespread belief that ghosts in ancient Egyptian culture, there was widespread belief in ghosts in ancient Egyptian culture, but the way they understood the afterlife in ancient Egypt was about weighing your soul up against what you could offer the gods, was it not? Or certainly at some points of the certain dynasties of the ancient Egypt. 236 days. Don't you start with Lucas Bond. Don't you start. I wonder what the earliest records. Oh, we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that bit, was it? I've already Googled it, and it's a tab that I haven't looked at yet, but I'm getting into it. You know, definitely, for sure. Both Sheik and Shake are pronounced the same. Sheik. So it's easy if you think, I'd just say Sheik Shake. For some reason, it feels better in my brain. I've seen 2 ghosts in my life. One an ancestor and less corporeal, and the other much more corporeal, but you didn't know her face. Both incidents stand out in your memory. Yeah. Like I said, I will never ever criticize other people's beliefs and what they have seen and what have you. It's just that I am massively skeptical about stuff. I definitely have seen things in my life that I cannot explain, but I can't say that they are ghosts, you know, because of lack of evidence more than anything else. Against the feather of Ma'at. Okay, I see. And is that just specific things? Because what happens if you don't? Okay, genuine people, Egyptologists. Where's Eris Ptolemy? Where are you? In ancient Egypt, when your soul was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, what happens if it, like, I know that if it balanced, it meant you had a pure soul and you could go into the afterlife. What happens if it didn't balance? Did you then become like a specter roaming the lands of Egypt? Or were you sent to an ancient Egyptian version of hell? What was the consequence of not fulfilling that? I can't say I saw a ghost per se, but it's an interesting incident regardless. I know that it wasn't something easily explained by what I know. Yeah, I feel that. Like I said, I've definitely seen things that I cannot explain. In the Hebrew Bible contained few references to ghosts associating spiritism with forbidden occult activities. Most notable reference is the first book of Samuel, in which a disguised King Saul has the Witch of Endor summon a ghost, or the spirit or the ghost of Samuel. So we looked into the Witch of Endor because the Witch of Endor was the first documented witch in history. Now, that becomes particularly interesting when you realize in the Hebrew, in the ancient Jewish text, she is just a seer. She is a learned woman, a spiritual learned woman. She's just a seer. It was in the King James Bible, King James, the person who pushed the vast majority of the witch trials through the 1600s.
You little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I really appreciate it. It was the King James Bible that first listed her as the Witch of Endor because he didn't believe that a seer existed. She must have been a witch. But it's very interesting that there's a correlation there between one of the earliest iterations of the Witch of Endor, or the Seer of Endor, summoning one of the earliest iterations of a ghost. A spirit, or the ghost of Samuel. Thank you so much for the follows, you beautiful beings. I really appreciate it. Google copy paste. If the heart was found to be heavier than a feather, it was fed to Amut, the devourer, and the soul was cast into the darkness. If the scales were balanced, the deceased had passed the test and was taken before Osiris, who welcomed them into the afterlife. Oh, okay. So they had their soul devoured, effectively. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I know something came and ate the hearts of the bad person, but I can't remember what happened there. So yeah, so Amut. I always remember the fact because it was in Sesame Street, Big Bird movie when I was a kid. Oh, Jesus. He got ate by Amut, obliterated your soul. Wow. Does that, I would imagine then that would take you out of the, would that take you out of like the reincarnation process? I don't know what happens to the souls. Or is it just your soul gets obliterated, that's it? Versus going to the afterlife with Osiris. How's it going, Schmuckums? I love your name. Your name feels good in the mouth. Schmuckums! How you doing, damn? How's it going? Something about all the mistranslation of the King James Bible. Oh yeah, the King James Bible is propaganda. And is the most widely spread Bible in the world. It's so fucking wild. The King James Bible was a zealot who hated everything that he perceived to be evil, and then rewrote the Bible because he was like, no, the modern person needs to be able to understand it. So he was like the first Bible that wasn't in Latin was the King James Bible, and he took some liberties, is all I'll say. He took some fucking liberties. Just unsurprisingly, you know. Been a day and a half, so just some meditation, stay balanced. Hope your days are well. Doing all right, thank you very much, Dan. Doing okay. Just having this deep dive into the old spirits and specters, you know.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
JB Music,
it's 3 months already.
I know, right?
Also, hello.
Time
How's
flies.
The stream?
Time flies when you're having fun, friend. Stream's going very, very well, thank you very much. Hootin' and tootin'. Stream's going very, very well. Having a good time. JB Music, I should now inscribe your name upon the mirror. Vane. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. Ooh. Okay, interesting. But yeah, if you need to just chill out, Dime, that's perfectly fine. Schmuckums, welcome on in, you beautiful being. Welcome on in. Right, okay, so... Ghost of Samuel. So the soul and the spirit were believed to exist after death, with the ability to assist or harm the living, and the possibility of a second death. Over a period of more than 2,500 years, Egyptians' beliefs about the nature of the afterlife evolved constantly. Many of their beliefs were recorded in hieroglyphic inscriptions, papyrus scrolls, and tomb paintings. The Egyptian Book of the Dead compiles some of the beliefs from the different periods of ancient history, or ancient Egyptian history, should I say. In modern times, the fanciful concept of a mummy coming back to life and wreaking vengeance when disturbed has spawned a whole generation of horror stories and films. And we've looked into that. We've looked into that specifically. Now, there is a whole thing about the ghosts appearing in Homer's Odyssey and the Iliad. They were described as vanishing as vapor, gibbering and whining into earth. Now, I know, because I've done research on ghosts in the past, that in ancient Greece, and I think in ancient Rome as well, but in ancient Greece specifically, ghosts were just a part of life. Like, they pretty much, for the vast majority of the time, they pretty much ignored the living. They existed, but they just completely ignored the living, going about doing whatever it was that they were doing. However, you could use holy people and learned people like seers, like prophets, etc., to summon ghosts in order to answer questions, to summon the spirits of the dead to answer questions about things that were going on, the things they would know, you know? Ah, yes, the Telecommunicon. That's the one. Tylian? Is that how you pronounce your name? Tylian Hayes? The telephone book of the dead. Excuse me, I need to call my grandmother. Hold on while I pull up my Telecommunicon. Exactly. Wrapped in the shells of old telephone booths. 100%. Sounds like something of the Tom Holt book, the fandom of the operator. Amazing. Before I leave, I have a cookbook named the Necronomnom. Recipes and rites of the law of the H.P. Lovecraft. Good lord, that is terrible. That's how you pronounce it. The Necrotelecommunicon. I've been doing so bad with actually speaking today. It's hilarious. Right, okay. The modern Western culture, that's all fine, dandy. Right. The thing that I want to look at is, what was the earliest iteration of a ghost? Ooh, okay, I found it. Ooh. Okay. We're going back to ancient Mesopotamia here, friends. Going back to ancient Mesopotamia. So we nosy living beings were nosy and bugged ghosts. So we fucked around and found out pretty much. So yeah, basically, yeah. Astagon.
Oh, you
Asticon is being far too kind. Confound them.
Astagon. My friend, my dear chum. It's a little bit belated, but happy birthversary to you. Happy birthversary to you. Happy birthversary, dear Astacon TM. Happy birthversary to you. Oh, good lord. I'm going all lightheaded. I hope you had a wonderful birthversary, Astacon. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful birthversary. What are you doing donating to me? We've already hit the goal. What are you doing, you cheeky devil? Friends, if you've got egos in chat, please throw them out. And I would say a massive thank you to Astacon for throwing that out there. I really appreciate it. Actual speaking, TM. Actually speaking. See you later, Donna Sylvia. You take it easy. All of the oohs for my dear friend Astacon. How you doing, Astacon? I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful birthversary, beautiful. And thank you so much for that donation. That's very, very kind of you. That's far too fucking kind of you, all right? Jenna Barwin, how you doing? Finally finished an appointment. Free to join you. You're very welcome on in. Very, very welcome on in. How you doing? I saw Lucas Bond earlier as well. Snuck in here. Let us know how many days it was till Christmas, you little shit. You were awake until 5 a.m. gawping at the aurora. I was nauseatingly romantic. Me and my partner grabbed my partner's child out of bed at midnight and went, "Child, put on your onesie. We're off to go see the lights." And yeah, that's what we did. We went off and saw the lights and basically vaguely saw them, and then pulled out cameras and saw better. And then I had a smooch, and the child vomited on account of the fact that we were smooching, because he's at that age now. He's at that age where he's like, disgusting. I was like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Pretty epic that the first time I saw them was my 40th. That is actually badass, if I'm honest with you. What was the child's response? Fascinated. Absolutely fascinated by the Aurora. Was just like, oh my fucking god, that's amazing. Look at all the colors, and was just there with his iPhone trying to get all the colors. He's got quite bad ADHD. He's a fucking legend of a kid. So trying to get him to stand still while he took the photo and let the night vision camera like time it down and stuff like that was an interesting one because he was just so excited. He normally goes to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So us pulling him out of bed at midnight, it was like some wild adventure. He was very, very excited. Fucking legend of a kid. But yeah, he was it was good. It was good. But yeah, fascinated. Anyway, we were talking about ghosties and ghoulies, and we were looking at the original, the OG, or not the original ghost, but the earliest depiction of a ghost. So what we've learned so far is that the ghosts are universally cultural, which means that they have come from multiple different like species of human. I say species, multiple different cultures of humans have always believed in ghosts, from like ancestors to roaming spirits and what have you. However, I have literally Googled the oldest depiction of a ghost throughout history. All right. The oldest depiction of a ghost. So, in accordance with the Guinness Book of World Records, the oldest depiction of a ghost is 2,500 years old, originally from Iran. However, as it was in the time, it was from Babylon. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Possibly not the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, but Babylon nonetheless. The oldest drawing of a ghost is the figure of an old male ghost being led back down into the underworld by a female, engraved on a Babylonian clay tablet approximately 2,500 years ago. The image and its cuneiform description forms part of a guide to exorcising ghosts and was deciphered by Dr. Irving Finkel, curator of the Middle Eastern department at the British Museum, for his book The First Ghosts, Most Ancient Legacies. The British Museum took receipt of the tablet, BM 47817, if you really want to know all that stuff, on the 3rd of November 1883, dating back to the 4th century BCE. The clay piece is small enough to fit into the palm of the hand. It is incomplete, having been damaged during its recovery, but clearly reveals its purpose as an instruction manual for the conveying of restless spirits back to the underworld. Its scribe, Marduk Alpa-ad-Din, prescribes a spell and a ritual that must be performed in order to rid the inflicted of their ghostly tormentors. Accompanied by the text is the engraving of a thin bearded man whose wrists are shackled and tied by a rope firmly held by a female figure, his magical lover, with whom he should have lived happily ever after.
This piece of
amazing. Let's watch the thing, friends. Let's watch the thing. Irving. You know Irving?
This piece of clay is a direct window into what these ancient people all that time ago thought and believed about ghosts. If you had a ghost and it wouldn't go away, then you'd have to get professional help. The man who wrote it was one of these professional exorcists. There are two drawings. One of them is the ghost and the other one is a woman. So what you can see when you see the drawing closely is the ghost who is walking along with his hands tied together. In front of him, stretched taut, is a rope, and ahead of him the rope is in the hands of a woman walking up with a straight back, rather womanly shape, rather dishy probably in Babylonian terms. I have a suspicion that the explanation might be the following: that the tall skinny man is the ghost. Who is he? He is an old man. He liked the ladies. And the exorcist said, oh, well, if it's great uncle what's it, we all know about great uncle what's it, so what we will do is we will get him a female partner, and she will take him down to the underworld, and we'll have no more trouble from uncle what's it. Now, I'm going to read you a translation of this bit of Babylonian which tells the apprentice exorcist what he has to do. He gives us the spell. But the trouble is, we've only got the first few words because the tablet is broken. So the first words of the spell or incantation go like this: Shamash, Lord of the Broad. And that's it. Dot, dot, dot.
Okay, thank you, Irvin Finkel, for all.
Shush you. I was paying attention to Irving Finkel. Shamash, Lord of the Broad. Lord of the Broad. Something or other. I love the fact that his explanation was that that ghosts are pervy old men, and the way to bring them back is to basically summon a female ghost to lead them back to the underworld. That is the explanation. That is the oldest ghost, the oldest iteration, the oldest understanding of a documented ghost is a pervy old man who's being led back to the underworld by a dishy Babylonian woman. Oh my god, what a place to fucking end this. What an absolute place to end it. We have talked about theology, we've talked about the origins of ghosts, we've talked about people's experience with ghosts, we've talked about ghost hunting, we've talked about different science to track through ghosts, we've talked about ancient cultures and their understanding of spirit and the reason why ghosts are perceived as mist-like forms. And we have ended on the fact that the oldest record to date, the oldest record of a ghostly figure was a pervy old man. And the exorcists had an instruction tablet that basically was summon a woman from the afterlife to drag him back to the underworld. Throughout the years, humanity is just always horny. What a fucking trip. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. The olden people were practical people. They fucking were. They were like, what is going to keep this old man in check? Well, obviously, we'll get a lady to come and fucking beat him a little bit. All right? On a leash. Summon the dominatrix. We are talking ancient dominatrix. Ancient spectral dominatrix. All right? This is where we find out that the word demon originally comes from spirit dominatrix. Good to see in 2,500 years, nothing has changed. Not a single thing has changed. Fucking hell, that is genuinely wild, and I love it. I love it. I love every part of it. That has given me fucking life. Wow. So yeah, friends, that is ghosts. That is the origins of ghosts. The fact that it has come from so many different places, you know, that is 110% true. But on the other side of things, it's fucking hilarious that the oldest version of a ghost was the oldest record, should I say, of a ghost is actually a dirty old pervert. A dirty old pervert being led back to the spirit realm. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's actually fucking amazing. Honey old Lech needs to be coaxed back to the underworld. Basically, the origin of ghosts. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it. You know, why are we surprised? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the fact that I've seen so much horror in my life. I've played so many horror games. I've read so many horror stories. The entire dynamic of like the horror genre to do with specters and ghosts and the living dead has had next to nothing to do with sex, and to find that the oldest depiction of a ghost is just a horny old dude. A horny old dude, a dude with the horn, you know. It's just fucking brilliant, absolutely fucking brilliant. God damn it. Right, friends. That's where I'm gonna leave it. That's where I'm going to leave it. That's where, that was fucking brilliant. What a great place to end it. What a great place to end it. However, as always, you beautiful beings, I'm going to go raid somebody, because I love to go raid somebody. I would love to go throw some love out there, and I would love to take you with me. So if you can stick around for the raid, I would be very, 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 very much appreciated, you beautiful, beautiful beings. But before we go anywhere, could you do me a massive favor and throw out some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thanks to those wonderful moderators. Mods, thank you so much for all that you do, you beautiful beings. Thanks so much for all that you do in and out of stream, all that you do for me behind the scenes, and all that you do for this community in the Discord and stuff as well. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Good to have met you. It's good to have met you too, Scotty.
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking. And friends, if you would like to come back some other time, please consider pressing that cheeky little follow button. I would very, very, very much appreciate it. Obviously, if it's not your cup of tea, that's perfectly fine. I don't like to judge people. I don't like to judge people. You do your thing, friends. You do your thing. Let's have a look at somebody who's doing something a little on the spooky variety. Not necessarily too spooky, but let's see what's going on here. We were just talking about. Yeah, let's raid this person. Let's raid this person, because it's been a while since we raided them. Friends, if you're a subscriber, please copy and paste the first raid message. If you are not a subscriber, please copy and paste the second raid message. That's the first bot of vein raid message for subscribers. The second bot of vein raid message for non-subscribers. We're going to go raid a glorious, wonderful individual. Who also talks about filth and debauchery and sex and devious stuff, and also is currently playing a game that is entirely to do with the underworld. So let's go raid. What's the safe word? Let's go raid Amp. Let's go raid Amp. Amp is good people. And Amp is good people. They are glorious and spectacular. They're a sex educator, and yeah, they're just fucking hell. There's loads of you in here. Hello, friends. How you doing? How's it going? I didn't realize there was quite that many. I don't have my viewer numbers on, so. Ooh. So I never know. I never know who's in here. Friends, if you're not in the raid up here, please, 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 please click on the link down here. Say a massive thank you to the, to go and raid over to the wonderful Amp. Amp is a glorious being, a genuinely really, really nice individual. And like I said, a sex educator. And yeah, they're playing Hades today. Playing Hades 2. So if you don't want spoilers, then I understand if you want to jump in, do the raid message, and then jump out again. Fully understand. But yeah, let's go and throw some love, because they're beautiful and glorious, and they're well worth all of your love and attention. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little bitties. Thanks so much for coming and spending your time here, you beautiful individuals. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST. That's 1 p.m. British time, where we're going to be starting a brand new game, because we finished Dredge, and I've done my sponsorship stuff now, which is all fine and dandy. Yeah, so we'll be starting Dredge tomorrow. Well, we'll be starting a new game tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST. All right. This VOD will go. I've got a whole lot of VODs that I need to update onto the VOD channel, but this VOD will be up in the next couple of days. All right. So until then, you beautiful beings. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for raid the subs, the hosts, the gift subs, all cheeky devils, all the bits and pieces, all the donations. I really appreciate it. All the follows. Thanks so much for spending your time here. And until tomorrow, you beautiful beings, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, I'll fucking kill you. I'll see you all later. Bye bye bye.